there, guys. Give us 1 second. We're going to be starting up the top 32 very shortly here. I'm just going to make sure that we have everything ready. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm so excited to get to show you guys our COCASTER today, which is super exciting. So with that, I'm going to introduce to y'all Alo. He is the head of the Frog X community. I am so excited to have him on. He is a fantastic Pokemon Pocket content creator. You can check him out on Twitter or Twitch as well. And he has a really great community, French community that also runs a number of tournaments themselves. Absolutely awesome to play in. I play in them if I can every single week. And I have so much fun watching his streams. And with that, I am so excited to have him on to co-cast with us today. Alo, would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Oh yeah, bonjour, comment allez-vous? See, did I remember it? Did I remember it? Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you a lot for the invitation. Ready to cast some top 32. Unfortunately, not French inside. I think it's a premiere. Maybe I won't be able to cast some of the time, so my players can just fit in the top and the curse gets done.
Well, I'm sure we're going to have some fun games regardless, but we've had some fantastic players from the Frog S community make it. Even Starlight won 1 week, so I'm sure we'll see them again. That being said, I am going to bring up the meta breakdown, but do you have any decks that you're looking at in the top 32 today, even though we don't have any French players with us?
Of course. We'll have some Celebis, I guess. Toss a coin on this one because mine were terrible yesterday. It's also my deck of the heart, if I can say so. I guess it's not really English, but it's okay. We'll have also some Gyarados, some Charizard might be doing some comebacks some days. Maybe it's today. There is not so many representatives, I guess. Let's just see. I just sincerely hope no Pikachus, because we've seen enough. Let's admit it.
We've seen enough Pikachus for sure here. I'm going to bring it up here. One of the ones I was really interested to see in is we have a Pidgeot EX, which may or may not be my favorite EX from Mystical Island. One of my first videos I did from Mystical Island was actually a Pidgeot Arbok list, which is not what they run now. They're running the Fighting Box engine with it. But I think there's a couple really cool decks that I'm hoping we'll get to see today. Even a Greninja Tauros that made it into our top 32.
I have to warn you though, during this week tournament, it still remained Mewtwo Gardevoir as the top deck. Actually, it won the tournament. So, and we are seeing some of them in the top 32. So it might be a Pikachu, and we've seen enough of them, but Mewtwo Gardevoir still is a good deck. The Slab is a really important card now, and the Mew is still a thing. We still see some baby Mewtwo's, as you call them, I guess.
Yeah, I saw it a little bit more of them this week, which was really cool to see.
Actually, that's one of the decks that were in the top mostly, and most of it. That's the deck who took the W though.
I would love to see Baby Mewtwo win this week. I don't want to see Pikachu win, though I wouldn't be surprised, like you're saying, especially because you see a lot of those Mewtwo EXs. I mean, they won last week. Then we'll see a lot of Gyaradoses appear, but you know who's great against Gyarados?
Actually, Gyarados is a good deck. I like it. I didn't imagine it at all with the Druddigons. I imagined a version with the Chatot, and you play every fossil you can have in the deck. So you just threw every rock in the discard pile, and you draw. You just hope for once that your opponent has the Professor Research. So that's crazy just for it.
Well, I'd love to see something like that as well. So maybe we'll find some Gyaradoses to watch today. Is there any games that you would like us to try to find for our first match today?
As you wish.
Any of them? Okay, maybe we could find the Pidgeot EX since I'm a big Pidgeot EX fan. They are going against a Mewtwo, which I'm not sure is the best matchup. But with the Giovanni,
We have the Giovanni
yeah,
here,
and
yeah.
Pidgeot EX can one-shot a Mewtwo EX. Just want to say that.
Yeah, the Mewtwo decks are quite most of the time filling the bench.
Exactly.
So Pidgeot puts the maximum amount of damage here. So let's see that. I see you like the deck. You were talking about this earlier before the stream starts. So let's go.
Perfect. Let me quickly check all the channels. Um, let me just check here. It looks like they're streaming. And then I think that's going to be channel 4 in the Discord if you're ready to hop over.
I'm switching to it right now.
Here. I'll follow you once you jump in.
And let's go.
Okay, I'm here with you, and we are going to be waiting for them to get set up because they are just getting into their matches in our top 32 right now. Is there anything that you think might be interesting in one or the other's deck? I see this is not the Baby Mewtwo list, but it's Mew
Not in
EX.
this one, yes.
So
you're right. Let me just quick check the decks.
It looks like they are running one Leaf, one Sabrina, one Giovanni, one X-Speed, one Potion. So no blue in this list, which honestly might have come in handy this matchup, but we'll have to see.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We are going to have to see. I think you're right, though. Blue might be interesting to prevent from too much damage, and Pidgeot deals too many damage. You were mentioning it with the Giovanni. Is there a Giovanni in the list of the Pidgeot?
The Pidgeot. Let's see. Oh, wait, they just left the channel.
Yep.
They left the channel. Let's see if I can.
There is one Giovanni, actually, in the Pidgeot deck. We also see 2 Hitmonlee, 2 Marshadow, and 1 Farfetch. Farfetch remain one crazy starter for every game if you want to put some aggro tempo.
Yeah, Farfetch is a fantastic starting one. We're having a small difficulty here, but yeah, I think Farfetch is absolutely crazy. 60 health, 60 health and able to swing for 40 is kind of crazy. And it can really put out a lot of early damage. What is that, like putting the Mewtwo to 110 health?
It reminds me when the game started, we all quickly saw it in the first time on the opponent active spot, and we were like, oh, that's surprising. I didn't check the Farfetch when I get the card because I don't really think I'm going to play this one. I prefer to play something with evolutions and everything, some EX cards, but we quickly saw that it's a card that when you have 19 in your deck, you don't know what to feel. Farfetch is a really good contestant here.
Yeah, I completely agree. It does look like we're going to have some problems streaming right now for this one. I'm trying to find us another match that's set up right now. Let me just check. Let me see here. It looks like we could hop to channel 14 if you're up for channel 14. Julio.
Let's go.
I'm going to be getting up the game. Can you give them a rough idea of what's happening while I get everything up?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was saying, could you give them an idea of what's happening in the game while I try to get the stream up?
Sure. We have Mewtwo versus Celebi matchup here. I see 2 energies on the active spot Mewtwo. We also have 2 coins that are tossed right now by Celebi, which is active on the active spot. And there is 2 heads. So actually the Mewtwo dies here. We already have 2 points. I suggest you to quick join because they are missing something here. That was insane. 2 coins, 2 heads. That was what we were needing here. The Mewtwo already took 50 damage earlier that we couldn't see too. They are acting really quick though. So there is a Gardevoir now set on the bench. There is a second Mewtwo with 3 energies and the Mew EX on the bench. Whereas on Total Stranger's side, we see a Serperior coming now with an in French it's Noix de Coco, but you call it Exeggutor AX, I guess. Sorry, my pronunciation is not that good for every Pokemon.
It's going
and
great.
And a second Celebi now.
We do have it up now as well. Yeah, the Celebi is super set up, just like you were saying. Oh my gosh. Not a position that Spy is going to want to be in with... They're hitting all the heads. Okay. Oh my gosh. And just like that, I think that's game 1 of their set. I'll go on and cover up the screen and reset it while they get matched up. But I think that really highlights just how strong Celebi really can be in the case
that it was really, really okay then.
Yeah, I mean, they got...
you see the Superior, 2 heads on turn 3, 1 head, we guessed it though, the earlier turn, and then the Superior on curve is too many toss.
Honestly, so strong to hit it all on curve. And then as long as you hit those heads correctly, I mean, you can secure a win even against Mewtwo EX. In my opinion, with that card, like you said, Mythical Slab, Mewtwo's probably one of the most consistent decks, if not the most consistent deck. So really, really interesting to see that even though Mewtwo got Gardevoir going, it wasn't enough to start Celebi. Let's see. So we are going to be starting...
Sorry. In terms of drawing cards, I think I couldn't agree more with you. The Psy decks are really getting an improvement. Everyone but Mewtwo remains with Gardevoir the best of them, but the Slab is really, really strong. You have now Slabs, Pokeballs, Professor Research. Some players also tried the new Meowths, but the Psy version, sorry, I don't remember the name in English. But maybe the chat could help me for this one.
Is it Siglif that does the drawing? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's it, exactly.
Yeah, there's so many pieces that Mewtwo has now, so it is... I mean, I wish other decks had that many pieces that let it draw through the deck. I want Charizard to get like a Mythical Slab equivalent because I need to find my Charmeleon. But in this case, they did end up finding their Kirlia just like they want. And we are already seeing a Servine on Total Stranger's side. We'll have to see if we have a Superior again on curve, but without a Celebi to set up, maybe it won't matter as much in the long term since...
Yeah.
Oof,
I guess every element now needs a slab. It should be fair. Talking about damage, and back to the game though, we see already the Gardevoir coming here. So you might be quicker than your opponent. I don't see any Celebi yet. So Exeggutor is a big threat for the beginning of the match. Now, if you get a second Mewtwo, probably you will be on the front side for the rest of the game. Let's see.
Very true.
You have potions though.
Yep. Mewtwo I guess we can't attack for 150 this turn. Next turn could do the side drive. Doesn't even need a Giovanni now that we have put some early damage into Exeggutor.
Exactly. And you also could have put some energy on your Gardevoir. So even if there is Sabrina played here,
Mm-hmm.
you can go back with only the leaf without needing to put any energy on the Gardevoir.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that as well. It looks like we're gonna have heads this time. Luckily, no Giovanni on the Exeggutor side. So he survived it, but do we have Giovanni? That's like a huge question here, because otherwise, this Mewtwo's just about to be KO'd by this Exeggutor that wasn't great last set and now is absolutely insane. Uh,
Actually, you can erase everything I've said if there is no any other Pokemon on the bench. You probably need to put the Gardevoir on the front side to tank. If you don't have any Pokemon to set, you just cannot let this Mewtwo die like this. And also, you see the Celebi has been on the bench now.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
maybe you can just keep pushing with the Mewtwo. If the Celebi is played here,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just a trade that's going to be done by Spy.
Yeah, it's definitely. Looks like we are knocking out Celebi, so no retreat. Like we were talking, we don't have a second Mewtwo. Like, where's our second attacker to deal with this? Ouch. Need
I
2 points for
think
Spy here.
if you don't draw, you will have to do the work with the Gardevoir. But 60 is a little slow. Also, the opponent's deck has a lot of healing, at
Mm-hmm.
least one potion. We've seen one Erika. I guess there is a second one. I couldn't believe there was not two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm.
So
Ooh, Tails. I mean, it
go,
doesn't matter
go
here.
for it.
Not.
So trade done here. You've got
Mm-hmm.
the most amount of HP on the opposite side. Probably don't want to fit Spy Shoes right now.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be in Spy shoes either, even though he was ahead on points for there for a second. At least,
Oh, there is Pokeball.
yeah, Pokeball and Mythical Slab, which I think it's probably like Mythical Slab than Pokeball in this situation, right? Because
Yeah,
you want the highest
actually,
chance to
there is a
erase
lot
it.
of chances. Yes.
Looks like we have X
Okay.
speed.
This XP is not gonna stay
Mm, Ralts.
because you are going to shuffle the deck here. So you can get it back if needed. However, Rats, mm, I'm not really sure that's the one you wanted. I guess that's the one you didn't want actually.
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah, I think there's one Ralts, one Mewtwo, and one Mew EX, so about 33% chance. Not great. But ouch. I mean, 60 damage into the Exeggutor. We, if we only get hit for 40 for the next 2 turns, we could KO the Exeggutor. But this is not
Again,
hopeful here.
there is probably a second Erika. So imagine the two-hit KO is not the solution. Also, you couldn't have put the Ralts on the bench because there is probably a Sabrina, Morgan in French,
Mm-hmm.
that don't want to endure.
Yeah, for sure.
But you get finally a solution, as you see.
Totally
There
agreed.
is the Mew X coming finally. I guess it's a bit late though.
It feels late. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're total stranger, you just Exeggutor flip again, right? No matter what here. I don't think you go back to the Celebi unless I guess Irvine turns into a superior. But even then, you're not assured any heads. And at least with Exeggutor, you're assured 40 damage.
Yes, and there is a superior that finally will come someday. The deck is getting less and less filled.
Yeah. I wonder how many
Okay,
cards are left in the deck.
Rals can be put on the bench now because you have the Mew if there is a Salvina.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a Giovanni, however, so that potion is helpful. If the
Yeah.
opponent just wants to stay with the Exeggutor,
Double
okay.
checking real quick. But yeah, standard is running one Sabrina, no Giovanni's, and so that Gardevoir is going to be safe, but we do retreat
Yeah,
regardless. So now if we do get Sabrina, we can still put up the Gardevoir and it'd be at least safe from the Executor KO, not safe from
yeah.
Celebi.
If there is a superior, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think actually Total Stranger is going to try the 3 heads over 3 toss.
Totally agree.
That's a little bit crazy. As a Celebi player, you
Mm-hmm.
prefer to throw, I guess you play on a third. I mean, if there is 160
Mm-hmm.
and 50 HP, you will try to get at least 8 on 10 toss. Sorry.
Makes sense though. Makes sense.
You
You'll
know, the
always,
Celebi troll is
yeah.
something.
There's the
The Celebi
Curlia.
troll is.
Yeah, I always say whenever I play Celebi, though, I could have like 14 coin flips, and I always miss by one heads.
It
So
happens.
exactly what you're saying. And then my opponent always gets 10 out of 10. I'm like, how does that happen? Like, hello? But we do finally find Mewtwo EX. Kind of late.
Finally.
Kind of late. Uh, do we retreat back to Mewtwo right
I I think if you need the most amount of HP, you
now?
cannot lose to a heads by not Coco, Exeggutor, sorry. um, so you just put the Mewtwo 150 is surely enough if there is still not superior.
Uh, That's kind of a crazy. I mean, in my opinion, it was a little bit of a crazy play to attach that hand energy to Mew EX. But maybe he has Gardevoir in hand, or is expecting to find his Gardevoir so that he can still swing for 150. But at least Exeggutor is only at 150.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was saying it. Maybe Total Stranger should put his play his potion on Exeggutor, or maybe retreat and go for it if there is a superior.
mm-hmm. We
Depends on the X speed plus superior here. I guess if you have both, you just go for it.
Yeah, if you have both, but we're not going for
It
it.
does not.
So Total
Okay.
Stranger is making the bet that he won't have a Gardevoir in this
And he
case.
didn't play the potion too. So I
Yeah.
guess finally Spy is going to take it. We also had the Giovanni drawn here. So potion was not necessary to.
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly, Mewtwo X is taking the first game here.
Yeah, so we're gonna take the next game with Mewtwo EX. Kind of crazy to see. I would have wanted to potion there just because you like forced the need for Giovanni. There's definitely a chance that we didn't hit Giovanni that turn and we drew it on that last turn. And they should be 1-1 now in this set. So we going into game 3. We'll have to see if we can find that superior because I can't help
Okay.
but wonder if the game might have been different if superior arrived or if arrived at all, I should say. So. Oof. That's a little rough. But after such a strong game 1, kind of understandable that Mewtwo might that Celebi might not be as strong this time. Uh, so we'll have to.
Yes, that's actually a funny scenario that we witnessed here. On one hand, no superior, and on the other hand, no Mewtwo. So that's really not how you play the game for both decks. But actually, you have to do something and manage to find solutions. And we see that the Mewtwo X player just found them and managed to do something because he was really under pressure for the whole time of the game.
Yeah, I agree. It was really under pressure. I definitely think these decks have like somewhat of. I don't say they like mirror each other, but they both have basic attackers and stage 2 support Pokemon that
Exactly.
allow these decks to run. Um, so it's really interesting to me to see, in the games
Oh,
that they've hit their stage 2s, they both won, But you could see without that attacker, even though we had our support mon set up, it was a rough spot for Spy to be in last game. This time he
Yes.
does have Mew EX, he's got a Ralt, and he has a Mewtwo. So he seems to have a lot of those pieces that he might want going into this game 3. We're gonna have to see if Total Stranger can find their Snivy, maybe an Execute, and some different things like that as well. Oh, and they do. Both sides gets every
And
single piece they want.
yeah, as you were mentioning, both decks are playing stage 2,
Mm-hmm.
and both stage 2 are cheating, if I can say, with the energies.
True, yeah, they're
So
like,
we can say that they are playing same strategy here, and the strategy we are seeing it right now is develop your best engines possible, your best threat on the front side, and just go for it. There are going to be fireworks, I guess, when I see stuff like this.
yeah, it's really interesting, and they're both going for it, just like you said. There's a little bit of an energy advantage on Celebi's side, and we'll have to see how that plays out. Assuming they both get that acceleration that they need, like you're saying, they both have energy accelerator supporters. So it'll be interesting who wins here. I will say though, one problem Spy might have is they don't have any space for a second Mewtwo EX, and it could be a problem like we saw game 1, where not game 2, where now we can't set up a second attacker in the case this Mewtwo EX gets knocked out. I mean, Mew EX could be a second attacker, but if it copies Celebi's attack, that's not really consistent. Both Exeggutor EX and Celebi aren't the most consistent damage, and they can't one-hit KO unless you hit all 3 heads on the Celebi, obviously, Celebi's attack. So,
So let's
okay.
see. That's already 1.
2?
And of course, that's 2. Celebi is too powerful when
Too
you have
powerful.
lucky days over you.
Honestly, that's insane. To hit both heads just like that. My gosh.
Now you just regret the spot that your route is filling. Plus, you just run a Mewtwo EX, the second best solution you're gonna have to deal with. You just cannot leave the Mewtwo now.
Yeah, I totally agree. Leaving this Mewtwo doesn't seem safe. And one of the difficult spots for Mewtwo EX when they're going first is even if you hit Gardevoir on curve, you can never swing for 150 the turn that Gardevoir comes down because the max you'll have is, 3 energies on him. So we can't even KO the Celebi this turn, sadly, even though we had every single card we wanted.
Plus, mostly when you see your opponent hit 2 heads with 2 toss, how can you imagine he won't hit only 1 over 3?
100%. Oh,
However, just decided to leave the Mewtwo on the bench and hit those 50 that can be totally ignored by, I see it, Erika.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
I mean, it's like much better than 33. I don't know the math for Celebi in the way that I do Zapdos. But it's a very good chance we hit 1 of 3 here. So yep,
uh,
and that'll be a KO onto only 1 of 3, but 1 of 3.
style points, only the amount necessary.
Yeah,
We've got
one
some side
time
points.
I saw someone explain Celebi as a really ignorant Pokemon because he might only have 10 damage, like 10 health left on a Pokemon, and it'll swing for like 500 damage. So it has
Yeah,
like
that's another style point. There are two rooms to
totally agree,
and
totally
two
agree.
moves.
Both the exact amount and far too much are a little bit of style moves for sure. Mythical Slab comes down. I don't really know what you get here. Giovanni's going to the bottom of their deck, which shouldn't matter in this situation, but could in the future against that Exeggutor EX on the bench.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I was wondering, do you know which card should have been really a good tool against the Celebi deck when you're playing Mewtwo?
Which card?
I guess it's Jinx.
Jinx
And
is an
though
interesting one when they have like 12 energies. When they have like 12 energies, we
that
did
counts
have a
the
winner.
amount when we have the superior on the bench, Jinx counts as 2 for damage too.
Yeah, that is true. Every single of those energies does count. And how many energies do you need for that though? Because it's what, 30 plus 20 each? Is
Three,
it?
three, and you went eight a Celebi.
Yeah, that's not
If there
bad.
is a period, yeah.
Yeah. One of the first weeks we had a Jinx win the Mystical Isle. A Jinx Mewtwo, obviously. But it's really interesting to see when some of these different decks slot in their little 1 point tanks. So we'll have to see if any of I think we had at least one baby Mewtwo make it. So maybe we'll have another baby tank in the future. Oh, and
Yes.
we hit heads. So that's
And
me.
another heads. That's wild.
Absolutely wild. Uh, we do have Servine down as well, it looks like. So I do think at this point we probably have Superior. I think we just got Servine down last turn. It's taken a while for the Snivy to evolve, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have that second evolution very quickly after.
Mm, you probably need to go on Mewtwo now. You cannot just bet on one heads of Celebi or Exeggutor just heads. Mm,
Let's see.
I see he's looking at the discard pile, so he sees the damage that won't be healed anymore. I guess he was looking at the Ericas and also X-Speed to see if there is a superior coming. A retreat can be made with only X-Speed, as Exeggutor will only need one energy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like we are getting that Mewtwo up, but we don't have second Gardevoir, so it's kind of just stuck in the active.
Yes, I actually didn't see any other option.
Ouch.
And those 50 damage are, again, possibly just can be negate. And there is a second Exeggutor here, okay. I didn't know if he played the bows. I kept the surprise. Now I have it. No superior yet. Oh, okay. Now it should be time to regret the jinx. Actually, I see in the chat the French community. Do you know the French name of jinx?
No, what is the French name? Is the I don't know how to pronounce it, but what is the French name of Jinx? I guess I just say.
Alors, effectively, if you can pronounce it, that's funny though. It is Liputu. That means the kisses.
That makes sense. I could see that. I could see that.
Liputu.
Liputu?
Liputu.
I like Morgana and Sergeant Bob. Those are the two that I do know. Those are the two that I do know. Morgana and Sergeant Bob.
Morgan, non, c'est Major Bob. Major Bob. No Lieutenant Search.
Wait,
Yeah.
what do you call research?
Major Bob.
Oh, Major Bob, not Lieutenant Bob.
And Morgane. No Morgana.
Morganu?
Morgan.
Okay, just call him Morgan? Okay. Sorry,
Yes.
I've never learned French at all, so I'm not good at the accent at all. I will learn it
Actually,
sooner or later.
Morgan is an English name, so it's okay.
Yeah, Morgan is, and so is Morgan. Ooh, there's like the lady in King Arthur's story whose name's Morgana. That's how I've always thought of the name.
I don't remember. Sorry, I don't have it.
Oh, they're putting up I mean,
There
I
is
guess you
a
have to put up
Morgan
Gardevoir.
who played here. Yeah, that's the most amount of the HP do you have?
Yeah. 8 coin flips, and we only have to have 3 to win. This doesn't seem good. Yeah, Major Bob is Lieutenant Surge, for those who don't know.
3
in this
is a
arena
is
in
a
Morgana.
is a game. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's game, I guess here.
Yeah. Oh
Total
my
Stranger
god.
takes the big W.
All but won 350. Just like I told you, I warned about this. I'd warned about this with the 7 out of 8. It's absolutely insane. But that is going to be their game 2, like you said. Let's see if we can find us another match to watch now. One moment while we get that up. Let's see. I'm going to see if the Pidgeot, they started about 1 minute ago, their newest game, if we want to hop back up to channel 4.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm going for it.
Okay, I'm getting their game up. Can you give us an idea of how they're starting out right now?
Let me check this. Mhm. Quick refresh. Who are we watching yet? Tenderuzzi.
Yep, Tinder Easies who are watching.
Okay, there is 1-1 currently.
Okay, 1-1 in the set. And it looks like they're just getting going. We have a little Pidgey in the active spot, which I'm not sure if that's where you want him to start, but it's not the worst thing. And then, let me just reset the score. It should be live on the stream now to be seen by everyone.
Okay, so as we just hear, there is a Mew X that is eating the PG for now with a little side shot. So that's 20 damage that's been dealt here. There is Professor Research now played by the Pidgeot player, I guess your shushu, your fav. We've seen now you retreat with the PG, you have to put something else. The Hitmonlee can take sufficient damage of damage. Even there is the weakness here. We want to keep this little PG alive. PG in French is roucoule.
Wait, it's what?
Because roucoule, that's the name of the noise the birds make actually.
That's
In French.
interesting. That's interesting. I
It is
don't even know how to like say that back. But that sounds so cool. I'm trying to like put it into my head on how to make that noise. But that's one thing that I find really interesting actually. Like it's sometimes like
Actually, I didn't think I was going to talk about bird songs, but that's okay.
there's like we call them onomatopoeias in English. Very weird word. Which is essentially like the noise something makes. So like when a dog barks, we hear like
Yep.
that's the noise the dog bark. Like he makes the
Yep.
noise. Uh, but in
We have another
English,
name
we
for
would
that.
say birds chirp.
Okay, I
Not
recalled that.
so it's kind of interesting to see like how different languages, say things like that. Because even like in German, they say "arf" for dogs instead of bark. But really interesting. We do get second energy on Mew EX on Boogie's side
You
here. There's a little bit of problem though. It looks like where Boogie only has a Mew EX. I spoke too soon. There's a Mewtwo EX here. And a
and now
Rolls.
Rouse.
And a
Okay,
Rolls.
he kept it for the rest. Actually, when your opponent plays Hitmonlee, you probably don't want to put some bench, and the Hitmonlee was on the front side at the moment of the game, so you just decided to ignore and put some damage, keep growing the Mew. I think also you don't want to put so many Pokemon on the bench when the opponent is running Pidgeot.
Yeah, very true as well. We did have an evolution to
You,
Pidgeotto, but we have a bit of a problem here since Pidgeotto is only 20 health higher than Pidgey and therefore is still in range of this Hitmonlee knockout. I think we might need to pull this Hitmonlee out of the active spot, honestly. But the problem is
yeah,
Marshadow is not going to be swinging for a lot this term either.
yes, I can agree more. Um, there was an option where you just leave the Hitmonlee die, so you can get a crazy amount of damage with the Marshadow, but even if it's crazy, it's not enough. So I guess, yes, you just have to tank. There is a Kyria developed here by the opponent, so you're gonna have to deal quick now. You just cannot tank and put some energies on every Pokemon you have, like it's actually the case. Mm, I
Oh my god, 6
think
to 10.
your fifth player is in a bad position here.
Yeah.
Mm, Pidgeot needs 3 energies. So I guess maybe he regrets some of the energies that one of the Marshadow took.
Oh.
You also, I don't know if you checked this out, but there is a
Mhm.
Pokemon flute, Poké-flute in French.
Yep.
So that's a crazy option to fill the bench if there is something to put back on the bench from the graveyard.
Yeah, so if we can knock something out, we can force them essentially almost like fill the bench if they put down another Mon with that flute, which will help us with the Pidgeot EX attack. Which I'm so surprised Pidgeot EX survived, but I'm glad it survived to being the full Pidgeot EX. And now nothing's in range of that Hitmonlee copying, so we're kind of okay right now.
We are still better than we were last term, but I think seeing the Gardevoir now is really not the good news.
So let's see.
And the Mew still can copy the Hitmonlee and get some damage, probably on Marshadow now, so it's on range, sorry, for the Mewtwo without discarding the energies.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I don't hear you.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was like trying to
Oh,
figure out what
okay.
they're doing with this fourth energy. Are we gonna retreat? Are we gonna attack? Sorry, I was like my brain like went out while I was like mid sentence. So we are just gonna use the 20 attack to KO. Okay. I was like trying to figure out like what was happening while we were just like waiting because the
That
time
was
was getting so
another
low.
option.
Yeah, that is another option you're saying, just to go in and KO the Hitmonlee. But now Marshadow can come in and do 100.
100.
Pidgeot can come in and do 120. But you don't want to do that because then you just get KO'd and knocked out.
Yeah, sorry, not from the graveyard, the Discord pile. Sorry, I play many card games. I see in the chat I triggered someone. Sorry.
Yeah, the graveyard coming. Yeah, it's discard pile here, but I know in Yu-Gi-Oh, I think it is graveyard.
Yeah, that's why I come from it first.
That makes sense then. That makes sense. That's okay. I don't really know what we can do at this part. They only have 1 point, but if we attack with Marshadow, they can't KO us back because we don't KO this one. I mean,
You
Mewtwo
still
could come
don't
up
have
and
any
KO.
energy to get a sweep, I guess. It's really, really stinky now. Sorry.
No, we're both moving. I'm just like not sure. Like,
Yep.
you put the 100 damage in, it swings back for 40 or swings for 70 with Mewtwo, unless they have obviously the. What are we doing? Unless we. Pidgeot can attack. Okay, well, oh, we're putting up the other Marshadow?
Actually, this one is already low HP, so.
Yeah. So this one can get KO'd then.
Yep.
Like without
But the
anything
second
extra.
one could get KO'd too with the Mewtwo, actually. And Mewtwo is far from enough damage dealt from the Pidgeot. So I guess it wouldn't have changed a thing.
Yeah, it just seems like I don't know. At least we're building up the Pidgeot, but with the damage already on Pidgeot EX, it can't survive a hit from Mewtwo EX. Whereas normally it's 107, I believe it is.
Yep.
So it would have
However,
survived one.
as you had it frontside first, you couldn't make it to prevent it from damage.
Exactly.
That's 120 here. You don't have the option, the Poké Flute option.
Yeah, we haven't knocked anything out, so you can't use Poké Flute. And everything gets KO'd by the Mewtwo now, meaning it's not like you can retreat and hide, especially when Boogie already has 2 points. So sadly, I think this might be, I mean,
It might
not
be
sadly
the
for
end for
Boogie
your
in the game, but sad for the Pidgeot EX. That being said, top 32 and 1,500 players is an absolute feat. So congratulations to Tinder is still hitting that, and maybe there is some play I'm just not seeing.
Actually, I'm always an enthusiast of the, you know, the decks that we don't see a lot, the outsiders that make it to top over big tournaments like yours. So, yeah.
Same. I love
A
getting to
big,
see those.
a big bravo for him.
Yeah, huge
though.
bravo. Huge bravo to them for that. We're gonna see if we can find us another game. I think there's supposed to be one still going. I'm gonna hide this in case there's anything that pops up on their screen, but I believe there should be one still playing. Oh, nope, they just finished. So,
Yep. I'm just gonna need a quick minute.
Okay.
I'm going back to right after.
Okay. So, give me one moment here, guys. We're gonna be starting our top 16 very shortly. Let's see here. Let me find our next match.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm just letting them know that once they provided I was letting them know once they provided where they're streaming, then they can start up their top 16 matches. And with that, let's check out what is still doing well in the tournament. I'm going to bring up the meta game real quick, and I will stream it to you as well. Let's see here. I'm going to pop it over onto the meta game so we can see who made it into that top 16. Obviously, it does look like Tauros did not make it, sadly. We had the Pidgeot not make it. We have still 2 Charizards, though. 1, 2, 3, 4...
2 Charizards,
6 Mewtwo's?
3, 6 Mewtwo's, and 3 Pikachu.
Yeah, and 3 Pikachus are still going. And then obviously we have 3 Celebis and 2 Gyarados still running. So do you have any opinion on what game we should try to watch next?
Actually, I'm curious about the Exeggutor Mew.
Exeggutor Mew? Okay. So that'll be Nanjamo versus
We don't want
Mew.
I guess the chat doesn't want a Pikachu Zebstrika mirror.
That's too bad.
So
but,
let's avoid them this for now as we can.
Let me just really quick check. 1 second.
Yep.
Here, quickly checking for a stream.
I see Tender Easy on your chat. Just buy me 1 turn and I think I could have won. I'm so sorry for you. I think it would have been different, probably, yes. 1 turn should have changed the math.
Oh, which thing with math? Sorry, I was reading
One more turn.
Oh yeah, one more turn. Could have done it for sure. I think we're gonna hop to channel 18 so we can watch Nanjamo's point of view. So let's hop over there.
Okay.
And we're gonna hop that up on screen here, guys. We're just getting that up, letting them get into their match then.
Yep, I'm on the screen.
Let's see.
So we are witnessing actually Anthony, I guess, is there.
I think we're trying to Ooh, one channel. There we go here.
Can
Just change everything to top 16.
let me just check who's this name. Who does it match to?
So we're gonna be watching Nanjamo's point of
Yeah,
view,
okay.
and then it'll be Anumix is the opponent. Oop.
So we have Mew Exeggutor. Sorry, I won't stop saying what Coco. and as I am speaking French, I say the reverse. I always say Exeggutor as I should say, not Coco.
Oh no,
That's a
Coco
curse,
is a cool
probably.
name though. I like Coco as a name.
Noix Coco.
No
That means
what?
coconut,
Oh,
literally, but with a bad spelling.
interesting. Huh.
That's pronunciation. That's that, but it means the same in
I learn something
phonetics.
every day. Well, many things today. Many things do we learn today though. But very interesting.
Okay, get started now, and we have the execute on the front side for the Exeggutor Mew player. And as I was saying, it would be donc Exeggutor Mew versus a Celebi Superior deck. Probably there is an Exeggutor inside the deck. Let me check that. Animix.
Let's see which.
Yes, he runs one Exeggutor X.
Okay, interesting. They do have an execute on the bench as well on
Yep.
Anumix's side, and we're just starting with that execute. We look like we're gonna go on and attach energy here. We do have that energy advantage on Nanjamo's side for going second, and we are running one baby executor as well as two big executor EXs, both from the original genetic Apex and one Celebi EX. So.
I think it's gonna be a coin toss rain. Maybe I can say it like that.
Yeah, it's gonna
Maybe
be a
Mew
little
might.
bit of a coin toss match for sure.
Yeah.
But definitely agree with that. Let's see here.
Actually, the first player to play Exeggutor takes huge advance here on his opponent.
Okay, so
Actually, there is a Servine here played by the opponent. If I don't remember the name in. Actually, if the player we're witnessing the screen and the POV now has the Exeggutor, he might just take a huge point here because not only he takes a point, he also takes a Servine, so everything needs to be done again to get the superior back.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, all we need is a heads here. This is a bet that Anumix is taking to leave that Servine in the active spot and not retreat. But the bet pays off, and we do have a Tails, meaning Servine will survive for another turn. But we did have to waste a potion.
He needs to leave the bench, I guess, quickly.
Agreed. He needs to get that
Probably a
bench as quickly
Celebi
as
would be better.
possible.
A second Exeggutor now is important, and also it's important now because the Servine has been able to tank, so no point got took here. But the Exeggutor now, who deals first the damage. Oh, I think there was a mistake here. I should have left. Now he has to put the energy. No, okay,
Luckily,
sorry.
because of his ability, he
I
doesn't
was,
have
I was,
to.
yeah, sorry.
I forget that every time
But
as well as Servine. So Superior. I
but
also, for some reason, call it the wrong name constantly. Looks like we're going to try to coin flip this time. But we
yeah,
also miss.
and being the first to deal damage puts you a little advance here because the one player that won't be able to do some Erika somehow lose his tank, and then you would just have to go on the Celebi plan. However, we don't see any superior Servine or even the little one on the bench for our players, so you're just gonna need to have better toss now.
Yeah, we are going to definitely need that better toss, like you're saying, because we miss as well. Definitely not a great spot to be in, just like you're saying, though we can at least survive one more if he hits heads this time, and then two if he doesn't.
Yes. Now, if Animix just puts a Celebi on the bench is in a total lead for the game, and the Pokeball probably means that will be hit. Yep, exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna start powering up that Celebi just like we want to. Heads this time. Ouch. So
Heads
now the
again.
Exeggutor gets KO'd next turn. If he gets left in the active spot. We don't have any superiors to like accelerate the retreat. We've kind of divided up our energy, but we do have Erika's, which will allow us to survive an extra turn of Exeggutor. So,
But as you were saying, it's just talking about survive here, not winning the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Still don't have any Surviving.
I don't think. Do we even run Servine in Jama's list? I'm not really sure he even does. Yeah, he doesn't even run like Servine, Superior, anything like that. So.
Sorry, I was I was on the other player list.
Let's see.
Excuse me about that.
What we. I mean, I guess we just attach on the bench.
Yeah, you're just attached on the bench. Sorry, I was telling craps.
Completely understandable, especially when they're both Celebis. It just seems like in the mirror, Ninjago is. It doesn't feel like in the mirror you do very well. For this one, he does only need 2 heads here, but he could not hit any. Potentially. One. Nope, that's gonna be a KO, and that's gonna be 2 points for Onyx.
And you have serious advance now. The opponent does not run, as we witness now, Servine. So you're just gonna have to do 3 out of 3.
Now we just need to hit every single one. Easy. I wonder if there's a world where we never should have put an energy on a Mew EX, though, in this matchup. Like, then we could have 3 out of 4 instead. But yeah.
You probably don't have any other option here. You just run an execute, so probably you can play a second Exeggutor here. Next turn, however.
Yeah, we could have an Exeggutor next turn, assuming that we survive. All Anu has to hit is about half of his coin flips. And it would be a KO, though, so... Seems like a painful game 1.
Yep. Okay, let's see that now. 1 already. 2. Okay. That's game 1.
Yep, and that's gonna be game 1 of the match. Like just like you're saying, ouch. I don't even know how to react when Celebi flips coins like that. I don't even know how to react when it flips more coins like that.
Just you feel the moment. Okay,
yeah.
it's gonna be a moment. We don't know how long, but for now, I feel lonely.
It is a sad moment right now. Oh, they're gone for sure. Return to us, please, Nanjamo and Anu. Give us another game. But they're going into game 2. We'll have to see how this plays out. But I do think that, I don't know. Do you think that Nanjamo really has a deck that is well into the mirror, or do you think the Superior is better in this almost mirror match of a set?
Actually, I played the version of the second player, the one that took the first game.
Okay.
So I think you're gonna, if the game gets really long, you just have too many advance with those both energies.
That makes sense.
The other player's deck is quite good also because the first game of the first part of the game, the early, you can take it really fast. You have the 2 Exeggutors, you have the Mew that can probably give you other options if you don't get them, but we've seen that he runs also the non-X Exeggutor.
Yeah.
So you probably will quickly do some threat on the board.
Let's see. We are going second. It looks like we're going to have here on Nanjamo's side again. Do you think the game would have been different if Nanjamo had been swinging into the Execute with the Exeggutor EX instead of the Servine? So you like would have put that first 40 damage into the Exeggutor instead?
Actually, I couldn't say. We don't know how many Ericas were in the other player hand.
That's true, yeah. Okay, looks like we are starting, so I'm bringing that up on stream. This time, though, we're starting Celebi versus Celebi.
And two Celebis.
Wow, 2 Celebis on Anu's side now.
It's an onion party.
I almost feel like, Hernan, you must not want to start Celebi since you only have one of it in your deck. Definitely says I much would prefer to start the Execute, I feel like.
Yeah, probably on the Mew player side, you're right. I guess you just want to start with the Exeggutor ASAP, so you can deal a huge amount of damage for low energy, and you have a big pressure on the active spot, and your opponent cannot just ignore it.
Yeah. Agreed with that. We are seeing the Execute come down on Ana's side. Still no Snivy, but An pulled the Mew EX and obviously doesn't really want it for this matchup, I guess, if they're not even putting it onto their board just yet. But I think it's probably better to put the energies on Celebi regardless, so.
Actually, when you're Anu mix, it's probably better just when you see only one Pokemon on the bench to rush. I think for now he's going with Celebi because Exeggutor is not here yet. But if he had the option and if he has it next turn, he will probably do some X speed into Execute, evolving him, and now you just develop the Celebi on the other side. You can also play without the X speed. This option is possible, but keeping in an energy on a Celebi is always a good thing.
Yeah, for sure, because that way you can always be swinging with it that follow-up turn. I think it's always nice to like semi-set up Pokemon on the bench, just one energy shy of being able to attack. But we have Erica, so it like heals back the one heads there. I mean, we have at least 2 turns before these energies would be getting doubled. So I don't think. Okay, we do have Snivy now as well, but so it's gonna be a while before they have that advantage of the superior. I wonder if Nanjamo can capitalize on this time beforehand to really do something. I mean, that's gonna be 50 damage onto Celebi on Nanjamo's side. I wonder if we have an Erica's now that we could use. Or if we'll
Now
even want
that
to.
we have the Exeggutor, I think we're probably going to swap. We also see that Leaf was drawn here. So, okay, prefer to pay and keep the Leaf for the Exeggutor, probably. But there is no way that you just leave the Celebi on the active spot.
Completely agree. Like, could not leave it there.
And finally, you go heads. Finally.
Finally.
We've not witnessed anyone from the game 1.
I completely agree. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Game 1, everyone was just getting tails after tails after tails.
Yeah.
We have Servine on curve. I think, or not curve, but like after getting the Snivy. I mean, he probably has Superior in his hand at this point, honestly, at this point in the game. We're gonna see.
And now we toss again. The energy, however, went on the other Celebi that you keep growing on the other side. 2 coins is enough pressure for now. So just prepare a Servine, another Celebi. This one is not completely sure to be gone this turn. So yeah, go for it. He didn't have heal, I think, though. If he had heal, he would have played it. Oh, there is a Giovanni, I didn't see.
Oh. So this will assure that we KO the Celebi if we can play this Giovanni. I'm gonna. Let's see what else we have in Nanjamo's list. Yeah, we have 1 Giovanni, the 1 Leaf, 1 X Speed He fits so much into his deck without having to run a 2-2-2 line of a stage 2 Pokemon. So pretty nice. Pretty nice open space in the deck.
I don't understand why he didn't play it yet.
We haven't played it yet?
What could he think to play else?
I think Giovanni would be so good here, honestly.
Yeah, you guarantee 2 points here.
And then
maybe you believe in your faith.
Nah, yeah, let's just assure it.
No,
I would
Giovanni,
much prefer to assure it.
Yeah.
Even if you hit heads here, like, I don't care. I feel like Giovanni's correct play. We do
Oh,
hit
it's
heads,
okay.
a little sad.
Never
but,
mind. You won't have any better Giovanni, I guess, here.
I guess there's like some world where we could use it on the next Pokemon, but we can hit. We have the same odds to hit heads there too. So
Probably don't think so.
okay, Red Celebi come up. I'm assuming they have Superior, which means
depends on your religion about toss and coins. What do you believe? Do you believe in statistics? If it goes many heads,
I think you can believe in both.
Will stop someday.
I think you can believe in both, but I don't know. I feel like I definitely get like mixed up sometimes where I'm like 3 heads in a row. That's only like, what is it, 12% chance you hit all 3. But at the same time, once you know one, it frees up the next one. So
I'm one of the believers that I'm one of those believers. If I did 3 heads out of 3 heads with, for example, a Moltres, I probably will play around the fact that next turn I will do 3 tails.
No.
I'm those.
I mean, like in some
I'm
world,
those actually.
Yeah, I believe it to some extent. Where I'll be like, at this point, I'm owed some heads or whatever. Like, let's say that like I hit 3 tails, but at the same time, I'm also like, what are the odds I hit the both in a row? Like that, even that seems like it should be low odds that you hit all 3 heads and then all 3 tails. But you also see
there is also a point. We are content creators, so we need to go ballsy some days.
That's also true. We did hit tails this time, sadly. But
I think there is. Okay, he's probably checking on the lists.
Yeah, I assume so as well here, that he's checking out the list, making sure there's not a
Is
second
there another Giovanni?
Exactly,
yeah. That's why. Do I need to play my Erika now?
We're having someone say if the dice doesn't hit heads, because in Pokemon you use dice for, like, heads is even and odds is tails. If they don't hit heads on their dice, they'll swap the dice for the next time.
A potion, yes.
Okay, potion sounds nice here.
Could be the best deal here. So maybe you can play a supporter if you want, or keep the Eureka for next time. Okay, 6 toss. 3 is enough. Well, okay, that's enough.
That's so sad. And that's going to be, 2 points for Onyx. We do have a Celebi, though, with 3 energies. Probably will be 4 this turn. They just need 3 out of 4. They'll just need 3 out of 4 here. So.
In those cases, you regret not to have the superior, I guess. You probably can Sabrina too.
Yeah, I mean, we could Sabrina around. I don't know if it changes too much math, but I guess it would decrease the number of energies they could have next turn in the Celebi. Unless obviously they have their Lee for X speed or whatnot.
Full heal. So next turn, if there is next turn, there should be 3 heads over 8 toss. That's a huge.
5 tails, heads.
I started to believe it.
We should have saved the Giovanni. Obviously not really.
Yeah.
Obviously not really.
Now you really regret.
I regret it, but at the same time, you had to play to hitting tails earlier. But
you shouldn't have known about the coin. But probably he does regret now.
Yeah, but I also don't. I think it was the correct play. I'm making a joke saying it, but like I think it was the correct play to play Giovanni. But now I'm missing by 10 damage. Ouch.
And now 8 coins.
Tells. Tells. Oh.
Ah,
Pokemon
that's
said no.
over.
We're giving all heads. As long as you say tails, it'll be heads. And
Yeah,
that'll
the Celebi
be.
had to do like a Neo in Matrix saying, escaping through the bullets.
Ouch.
But he was not able to do it.
He was not good for the bullets. That's gonna be their
Then the
game
Geo did
2.
matter. Yeah.
Let's see here. There's a chance that they're only 4 minutes in their game with Jay and Solom TCG. Solom is a Zebstrika, so it could be done or it could be going well. They're 1-1 right now. We also have Jim. I think one of these is. So there's a Mewtwo versus a Gyarados as well.
Yep.
Which one would you like to go check out? Gyarados Mewtwo or Gyarados Zebstrika?
As I've chosen this one, I give you the choice.
Let's hop to the Zebstrika because that's a newer game, but also
Okay.
it doesn't really matter too much. So that's going to be, let's go room 5.
Okay, I'm going to it.
Looks like we're seeing a Zapdos immediately here, but I'm going to try to get up as quickly as I can for a stream. It is currently...
And 1 head is enough to get a kill.
Oh no, and they got 3.
And they got 3, yeah.
What is that, 2 to 0
It's
now?
Second point, yeah.
Ouch. Just bringing that up for everyone. It is live now on the stream. We're watching JEG. And it's 2 to 0.
Okay, so now the Greninja has been played here. We're going to put some 20 damage on the Zapdos, which now is remaining at 90 HP. You don't have the fire energies, I guess, in this deck. Yeah,
Doesn't
probably.
look like it.
So this Drodigan has energy probably just to be able to switch without a leaf. And the Sabrina here has been played by the opponent, which will lead him to, if 2 heads, you win.
Yep, all you need is 2 heads here. He did hit 3 last time, but which with your belief, he should be hitting only 1 heads this time.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
Wait,
I was
he did
wrong.
it again? Oh my god. So that'd be the end of that game. The Mewtwo also did complete. So I guess the next one we could get is a Mewtwo versus a Mewtwo.
I think that's the one the chat wanted the most, so let's go quick.
Okay, so let me just check. That's Boogie. Where is Boogie at? Their name is not the same. Okay. Let's see if we can find it real quick.
I also see a debate in your chat about the Giovanni. The Geo was correct, just unlucky.
I think it was as well. I don't see where Boogie is. 1 second.
Someone is also explaining you that's not how math works, you see. And I think he's right.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a Twitch channel, it looks like here. Give me 1 second, let me cover up their stream. Here is a Twitch chat we're gonna check out, and we will watch from here.
Let's go. I'm on it.
Perfect. Let us know how the game is getting set up, and then I will bring it.
So we have a Mewtwo mirror here, as the chat was wanted. On one hand, we have 1 Mew X, 1 Ralts, and 1 Mewtwo EX. On the other hand, we have 1 Mewtwo EX and 1 Ralts only. The Mew is on the active spot and the Mewtwo on the other active spot. So now we've just drawn a card and you've got some time. I think the player is thinking.
And we can't see how many points that our player has, but our opponent
No.
has 0 points. So just bringing it up here. Yeah, so it looks like how many energies does the Mew EX have? We'll have to see when it goes back down. 1 energy on the Mew EX. So we could technically see that 150 swing into a Mewtwo next turn if we can hit Gardevoir. That'd be fun.
Yep.
I always wonder I haven't played Mewtwo so much since MI came out, but Mew EX seems nice in Mewtwo because it is able, if the Mewtwo EX is in the active spot, it could attack before the Mewtwo.
I think you just don't leave the Mewtwo if there is this possibility. That's what Boogie is going to do. You prefer to put a kill here. At least you take 30 damage if the Mew copies. That's way better than get a Mewtwo in the discount.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got a slab that draws a baby Mewtwo.
Baby Mewtwo's... Do we even put Baby Mewtwo down in this matchup?
Actually, I'm not that sure. You probably prefer to keep this slot for second Mewtwo X.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would want an extra slot for Mewtwo EX as well here.
I think as long as you don't see a Mewtwo threat, you don't feel the further slot. If there is a Mewtwo loaded, you probably play around Sabrina, and then you put the Mewtwo just to give some cannon meat.
That makes sense, yeah. I could see that as well. It looks like we're doing 60 damage to Mew EX, but is there any...
And there is another one now.
Wait, I wonder if we have I'm gonna check if we have Sabrina and Big Yambo's list.
Actually, can you check if also there is a potion?
So Yambo is running 1 Sabrina and no potions.
Okay.
And then I'll really quickly check Boogie's as well. Boogie is running 1 potion, 1 Sabrina, 1 Giovanni, 1 X speed, 1 leaf.
Actually, this potion can be a clutch move some moment, as you have to hit with something else that Mewtwo for first, while there is a Mew AX on the bench and on the active spot actually. But I think Mew is going to go back on the active spot. Actually, no, there is a Sabrina, so now that's a very, very important 2 points that goes here. Okay, you're going to take a trade. You know that the Gardevoir is going to kill your Mew, but there is nothing else than a Gardevoir, so it's okay.
So it should seem safe. We're Pokeballing, but I don't know, like, from position like this exactly, like, what brings you back. Another Mewtwo is going to come down. I guess there is some world where there's not any energy on the Mewtwo.
Mewtwo is not an option here. You just cannot play into another active spot with the Mew X.
Yeah, very true.
Actually, he doesn't have a choice here.
I guess
that's clearly saying you don't have Gardevoir and you're not going to draw it.
Yeah, that is true.
If you do, merci, bisous, and let's go to game 2 or game 3.
Yeah, that is true as well. Or just send... Sorry, buddy. We are in a tournament game right now. That's a funny one.
Not now, Mom.
Yeah, not now, right, Mom? Not right now. Not right now, Mom. One time we also had Valeria up here on one of the things. It was like, "Are you done with the tournament yet?" or something like that popped up one day. There's some interesting ones we'll see sometimes.
I guess he concedes here.
It does look like concede. I guess he didn't really have any options once he had a fully powered up Mewtwo EX. It does look like everyone is done with the top 16 now. So I'm going to quickly bring up that metagame, or not metagame, so we can see what is left for.
Mewtwo was actually a good option. The chat is probably right. Just should have depended on probably the Italian player should have played the potion if he had it, because potion kept you out of the reach for 50 damage.
Yeah. Well, our player didn't have potion. It was the other one that had potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably don't know.
Otherwise, I definitely agree.
Oh, okay. That was this Boogie that had the potion. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it was the
I
other one
swapped
that had
them.
potion.
Yeah. Okay.
But it definitely makes you question, like, we had 0 energies on the Mewtwo X on the bench, which means, like, we couldn't swing back, and without a Gardevoir, I mean, the other guy has a Gardevoir set up, so he just keeps swinging for 150. Definitely not a great spot to be in. That kind of makes you be like, why don't I run potion, though, right? Like, I do think there's too many cards to slot into Mewtwo now. Like, you can't put every single card you want into it, but yes. Potion is so strong in this game. Potion is so strong in this game.
What would you rather between both, potion or blue?
Well,
you've got powers. Good exam.
It's definitely a good question, right? Blue stops like your mirror from KOing you with 1 hit, or like other things like that. But then potion helps you retroactively get yourself back out of range of a different attack, like unset up your Pokemon for being knocked out. So I don't know. It's a good question.
Actually, we can debate over this for long, but I think in most of the cases, potion is better. Of course, blue is a perfect tool in the mirror, but now it depends. How many Mewtwo's do you tag during your tournaments, and then you do some changes over your deck over those. And Mewtwo is still the mostly represented deck, but there is still less percentage. Before it was like 30-35%. Now it goes like 20-25 over tournaments. So you have less Mewtwo. So I think overall potion is a better option.
I still need to test out Mewtwo, so I don't know too much, but I think I have like mixed feelings about it. It makes me think of about like, this is gonna be a really weird comparison. I played MMOs for a really long time, and a lot of times you'll have 2 different types of healers. So you'll have the healers who like reactively heal, like they have really big heals that can offset your guy once he gets low in health, and then you'll have healers that they're doing like low level heals, but it's constant. So as long as they're not like dipping down, it keeps them full health. So it's like proactive versus reactive. And that's what it makes me think of in the argument between blue and potion. But then obviously potion is doing more with 20.
Yes.
And lasts longer. When blue is only for 1 turn and only does 10.
But I think even if blue was preventing 20 damage, I would rather potion.
Okay. Because it's permanent. That being said, really quick, would you be up to watch a Charizard deck? Because I love Charizard, and there's only one left in the top 8.
Go.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
But yeah, because it's a permanent, I assume it's going to be in channel 8. Do you want to watch the Mewtwo's point of view or the Charizard's point of view?
Whatever you want.
Okay, let's go in so we can do
Charizard is a bit tricky if you hide the hands. So maybe let's swap on the Mewtwo. Because if you have to put the energies with the Moltres, we will probably show hands.
That is true, yeah. So let's go to channel 17. There. Just bringing this up real quick for you guys. They're just getting set up, and we are going to watch from the Moltres' point of view. Welcome in. So you think potion because it's like permanent is what you're saying essentially, or unless the damage gets done to it, obviously.
There is also the fact that blue is a supporter and you can only play 1 per turn.
Yeah, that is also true.
You can play 2 potions.
But we're not arguing 2 potions. We're arguing one potion or one blue.
Um,
But then you can only play one, right? So
yes, but you can play potion plus X speed or potion plus leaf.
and
See?
potion plus Sabrina or things like that. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do agree with that. Yeah. So it's gonna be Kytheon versus Redamosa, and Redamosa is gonna be the point of view we're watching from today. Redamosa. Let me just pop that up here. Going into our top 8.
Okay, so the Ralts has been drawn here. We're going to push some damage. In this scenario, the matchup is in the advantage clearly of the Charizard decks. It used to be absolutely not the case before. Sorry. Yes, but having the Mew now is something too that keeps you having not only the end game best scenario, but also if there is a Mewtwo on the active spot for your opponent, you just put the energies on the Mew and you win the race normally.
Yeah, very, very true. EX makes Charizard think so much more about what they're doing because if you put your Charizard in the active spot, that EX can go in and swing for 200 right back at him, where otherwise you wouldn't be able to. It is interesting to see a EX in Kytheon's list as well here, though. So there could be like a similar type thing, but one of the big problems is that Gardevoir can power up EX. Moltres cannot power up EX. So not the most fun spot to be in. And it looks like Kytheon went first this game, so they don't have energy advantage.
Yeah, it's going to need to change the plan actually. If you want to put the energies on the Mew, you're going to have to prevent it from the damage now. And the best option here is so to begin to put the energy on the Charmeleon. There is already a Charmeleon, so let's just change the plan, erase everything up. Let's go to the main win condition, actually.
Oh, and 3
3
heads?
energies. Why not to change the plan?
Looks like they made the correct choice, changing the
Yep.
plan. And as long as we don't have a EX getting powered up, oh, there's no points around Redamosa's side. Sorry about that, guys. As long as there's no points, no, EX or not one energy on the EX, there's not a huge concern for that Charizard. And if we did, it does look like we still only have a Ralts. We're still looking for Curlias. We're still looking for Gardevoirs. But yeah. Let's see.
And now you just have to keep pushing the damage. Of course, you won't put the energy on the ground, so it goes on the Mewtwo. That's the easiest decision of the turn. The rest was little tricky. You could have played something with the hand that you have. We won't tell you, however, what it is, but there were options, and there is no stalling here. I can tell you.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Looks like we're gonna Infernal Dance again. I'm assuming that means we don't have Charizard since we haven't evolved just yet.
There is the other option. Now that red card is not a permanent slot in the Mewtwo decks, and there is probably not red card, you just don't show the Charizard until you have to play it for a reason.
Yeah, that's
You
very
can
true
keep
as
it in the
well.
hand. Why to give the information to your opponent? No, he might do
Yeah.
the mistake to believe that you don't have it in your hand.
Yeah, I think that's a really strong part about red card is that it forces your opponent to give you information that they otherwise would not have to give you. Because if I red carded this turn, then we would have that. Then if let's say there is a Charizard in his hand, it would go. Then it would go back into his deck, and there's not an assurance that you would have it the turn that you want. So we'll have to
I
see.
think we can write a book over every psychological impact that red card can have in a deck.
And
And I'm
Sabrina.
really meaning it. And
Or
Sabrina, yeah.
Morgan.
I don't see
Morgana.
other cards that have such a Morgan
Morgan, there we go.
that have
Sorry.
such an impact. Yes, there is Giovanni too.
That is true, yeah.
Those are the three.
I think it's those
I don't.
three. I guess MewEX has
These
some, but like only for very specific ones. But yeah, we don't really see
red
red
card is
card as much these
red
days.
card is missing nowadays. Yes, Django.
Uh,
I see in the chat, and I feel you. That's right. I think there remain such an impact on the game and the decisions that it makes your decision easier. If you have the red card, your opponent cannot or won't bluff. For this example, a Charizard.
yeah, that is definitely. I don't know. Sometimes with Charizard, I wonder if we should just attach hand attached to the Moltres, and then we can be swinging right now with onto the rocks. But yeah, definitely is interesting to see how Charizard can play without red card or the threat of red card.
Who is Morgan? Morgan is Sabrina in French.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's the
chat.
Sabrina name. It's the Sabrina name in French. So Potion, yeah, but I don't know if people always play around Potion in the way that you have to play around red card. But definitely sometimes you have to put out extra damage that you might not want to if you won't be able to do it later after the potion.
Mm.
There's. I mean, we still don't have a Curlia though. So like, I feel like MewEX is not as big of like a concern until Curly appears. But I definitely think there's like a world, right, where like our opponent
Yeah,
next turn. Oh, I guess now there's not.
I think you just put the energies by hand, and Gardevoir is not going to be a need now.
Who do we promote here? We promote Mew.
Mm,
Okay, then I 100% think there's a world where.
that's a tricky one because if Charizard comes out, you will probably really, really regret
Yeah,
to give the Mew. You don't have any win conditions over Charizard now,
I completely
and
agree.
that's what's going to happen.
I feel like if anything, maybe we should have put up the Mewtwo. Definitely is a bad spot to get into, though. I think we kind of saw this in like even the baby Mewtwo meta, where baby Mewtwo gives Charizard more time to set up. Obviously, Mew's a little bit different, where like obviously, if you have a Gardevoir, it's not even slowed down at all. But any type of stalling against a Charizard gives them more chances to hit the Charizard. So they can't KO the Charizard EX now that MewEX is gone. And MewEX could also KO the Mewtwo. So not.
And now, unless you have a Sabrina, you just no, the game is set here. Even if there is Sabrina, you can get 2 points, 1 point, but you know what's going to happen next turn. The dragon is going to come back and is going to throw some flames at your face. GG, it's over. I see in the chat, what's Misty name in French? It's Ondine. And that's funny you're talking about that because we have made a song about that. Ondine la Radine, which is Greedy Misty.
Oh no, not the greedy. We haven't even seen a
Not
Gyarados
the
actually
Greedy
flip a
Misty.
Misty. We haven't even seen a Gyarados flip a Misty today. And
On va
there's
voir
no
ça.
more Gyarados left in the set. Meaning.
Yeah,
Or not set,
we
but
are
in the
going to
series.
witness some, I guess, a little bit later. I see some Gyarados are making it to the top.
We'll have to see how they end up doing. We're hiding another. I don't really think this does anything here, is my problem. This Charmeleon already retreats for 2. And then you can go to the MewEX KO, or you go to the Charizard and KO. I don't think this did anything, sadly.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see. Yep, Charizard's up. He's going to KO. But that is just, I think, game 1. So we'll be able to wait and see how this matchup continues to do. One match doesn't mean anything when there's still 2 more they have to play out. Or it could be up to 2 more they have to play out.
Okay, I'm just going to need a little quick break. I'm coming back.
Okay, okay. See here. We're just waiting to get that next matchup set up, guys. They are loading into their game right now, and we'll be starting. Let's see. It does look like this time the Mewtwo is going to be going first instead of second. And so we have a bit of time now. I mean, that's actually the opposite of what you want as Mewtwo, because that means that Moltres could potentially, start doing Inferno Dance their first thing. And it does look like Moltres is going to be their starting card. Moltres is in the active spot. They are going to be looking next turn for that, Charmander, for that, maybe a Mew EX as well. And then Retamusa is obviously going to be looking for some Raltses, some Mewtwo EXs, and start getting them set up that next turn. But that Ralts needs to get done this turn so that it can start evolving into Curlias and Gardevoirs.
Gigi, hein? Gigi, Lulu. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I was cheering for Lulu. 7-1 in the BET series.
I think they got 43rd, right? Or they played well last week or yesterday?
Sorry, can you repeat?
I was saying, didn't they get 43rd, or like they did really well yesterday, Lulu?
Oh, yes. Actually, Lulu went a bit mad yesterday about the intentional draws.
Oh no.
Yeah, actually, we have a policy about that during our tournaments.
Interesting.
And no intentional draws, and I think people are more happy about that.
Very interesting.
That's why I didn't put any tie. Here, no tie.
So we do have a Curlia, which is coming down on Retamusa's side. So it looks like they are going to be able to evolve pretty smoothly here. They are still going to be looking for that Gardevoir. And then we still haven't found a Mewtwo for our bench, though.
But actually, he just been drawn, but just don't play it now. Okay.
Second, well, that means we're not even going to be trying for a Charmander, though. We go on and finish off our board on Kythian side, which means there's no space for a Charmander to be placed. I don't know if that's great into a Mewtwo deck, but maybe with Mew EX in the active spot, it's fine. Oh, 0 energies, though, on that Inferno Dance. 0 energies on that Inferno Dance.
And now you have the Gardevoir that's been drawn. So the Mew can now copy this 70 damage.
Yep, there goes that Gardevoir. So we could copy that 70 damage, just like you're saying. Really, but I mean, it really puts that Moltres on a timer, because I think they're trying to set up Arcanine to knock out the Mew EX, is my assumption.
And actually, the setup is not going well.
It's not going well after that 0 head coin flip right there.
Pico Sombra. I guess is it Italian here?
Looks like, yeah. I mean, I think we're just gonna copy it. We put a second Ralts down. Oh, I assume that's just to protect the Gardevoir. It's just to protect the Gardevoir.
Yes, from Sabrina. That Sabrina into Arcanine should be awful there. Actually, could have done that one turn later.
That is true as well. And now we're gonna flip again and hopefully hit 3 heads. Ooh. 1? It's enough. It's enough. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yes. However, you would have preferred 2, I guess. 2, what setup would have been? Everything on the rollies, and behind you can put some energies on the Mew, and also you could have made some energies on the Moltres, witches on the bench.
That is, yeah,
So you
that's
could
true,
swap.
potentially. Are we going to be promoting? Sure. It kind of feels they're almost like thinking about promoting their Mewtwo EX here to KO the Moltres.
Yeah, actually, the choice to keep the Moltres on the front side is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, they really wanted to finish powering up that Arcanine, I think. But
Now you just lose your Moltres to the Mewtwo? No? Okay.
oh,
Why did he
I think
keep
that's the better choice, to be honest, because otherwise Mew EX comes out, KOs the Mewtwo, and then Mew EX can't KO the Mew EX, and then Arcanine could potentially come out. Let me double check to see if there's a Giovanni though, even in this list.
What I don't understand here is why didn't just go with Mewtwo? Sorry. So the Arcanine is not on the range to kill in one shot. Now, if there is a Giovanni on the
yeah, so there's a
Arcanine player's
Giovanni
hand,
here, but then Mewtwo just swings back and finishes off the game.
Mewtwo is not ready yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not ready yet.
And there is a Mew.
Yeah, I don't know then.
You should have run Mewtwo here, I guess. Hit the 50 damage and keeps your Mew for later.
Yeah.
Now Mewtwo is not an option. Okay.
Mewtwo's not an option. Yeah, in my head, if he had put up Mewtwo EX, then Mew EX would KO, and then there's no way to KO the Mew EX. But now Mewtwo's
I
not
guess it's a
even
bit
set
tricky
up.
here.
No, it definitely feels like a tricky situation.
Actually, you could have drawn a second Mewtwo.
Yeah, I guess that's true as well.
I think it's going to be for the Arcanine and Moltres player. It's GG here.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a GG. I did accidentally put the wrong points on the wrong person, but now we have it fixed. But
okay.
yeah, no, I think this still ends up with a loss. So I don't know what is. Maybe they're just hoping no Giovanni.
Oh, a little Sabrina first. Maybe you will misclick. I think you just hope for it now.
Yeah, it feels like.
Yeah, it's a chessmate. He just pointed with the mouse. I don't see if you. No.
Yeah, Mew EX comes up. He can't do enough to KO it, and Mew EX.
Can we now just swap to Ralts? No, he's gonna get killed. Gardevoir the same. No, you just cannot do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we can do anything here.
Does he run blue? Actually, he just
We can
played
check
Sabrina.
real quick. Yeah, they played Sabrina, so they can't play the blue regardless.
I was reading the chat, but there is a little delay, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, we couldn't do anything anyway. Couldn't do anything anyway. So
It's just going back to the Arcanine.
yeah, we're just gonna go back to Arcanine and
Is the X speed for the style points?
for the style points for sure. And then that's gonna be game. And that's gonna be a 2-0 by Kytheon. Actually, you know, once it was only an Arcanine on the board, I was a little bit concerned this game was not gonna go well, but obviously that is not the case here. And so I'll see if we can find us another match. Let me just cover up here. How long do you guys have left? Okay, so that one's done. Then it looks like Solum and Boogie may be on their last game.
Okay, just tell me which channel and I will follow.
Would you like to watch from the Mewtwo's point of view or the Zebstrika's point of view?
We just have one Mewtwo, so let's go on Zebstrika.
Zebstrika, okay. That's gonna be
Zebstrika.
I think it's Zebstrika. I think I'm not fully sure. I can't pronounce Pokemon names. I don't know. I'm very bad at it. So do not learn pronunciations from me. It will.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at it either, and But
Actually, we don't have the same name. It's a Zeblitz in French.
Interesting. So we're gonna go to channel 27 real quick.
Yep.
We're gonna go to channel 27. The Bleats is an interesting name because the first evolution's name is Blitzel in English. So
Wait, I don't hear you. Okay, it's good.
And then we are looking at transition it over real quick so everyone can see what's happening. We are looking at Solom versus
there is
James.
a Pikachu that is probably going to get 2 points over Mew here. We do have 2 Mewtwo's, 1 Kirlia on the bench for Boogishu, and 1 Zapdos, 1 Dene, and Zebstrika.
Interesting. So that's a full bench for that Pikachu who's going to be able to KO Boogie's Mew EX. And neither of his Mewtwo's can even swing even if we find a Gardevoir right now, which is,
Oh, la pozione, as we see. I don't know which language it is.
So Solom's going to get 2 points after that knockout.
I think it's good situation here. As you said, Mewtwo is going to take damage, but cannot one-shot. Probably research that went under.
Yeah, it always feels like it. When you need a Pokemon really bad, it's always a research instead. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a bad spot to be in. We're going to have 3 energies here, so we can't one-shot Pikachu. We can put 90 on it, and then Zapdos only needs 2 heads?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not
or
great.
1 plus Giovanni, actually, if there is no potion.
True, yeah, 1 plus Giovanni is also an option, unless there's like a potion next turn, I guess. I'm going to quickly check Boogie's list here. They are running 1 potion. They're running 1 potion. But even then...
Okay, the Dene plan.
Then we just need 2. Oh, no Giovanni for the...
You rather give 1 point. If you have a Nick spin here, you're fine. Even if you don't have it, actually. It's probably going to push some damage with the Zebstrika? No. You prefer to hit 90 with the Pikachu here.
It looks like we're just going to swing with Pikachu, just like you're saying.
Yes.
Are we not? I assume we are.
Let me check. Why is he thinking now?
What are we thinking about? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
He might go for the Zapdos YOLO.
Yeah, I guess he could do the Zapdos YOLO. I
don't know. But that's really, really stylish point.
It's something, that's for sure.
Should have went for Celebi then.
Well, we need an X speed if we want to do Zapdos is the problem. Oh, yeah, we just use X speed, yeah. So we could
You just
go to
yes.
Zapdos.
Zapdos Gamba. Oh,
it looks like we're doing it.
He's
Oh
going for
no.
it. Okay.
Oh no.
Ta 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 ta.
More like greedy Zapdos than greedy Misty.
Okay.
1, 2.
Oh, definitely stylish points. Oh.
And that's gonna be the end of their game as well. Ouch.
Can you improve? I'm way too loud.
I decreased it.
I can decrease mine if you want.
No, I want to decrease from my side. It's no big. I didn't know nobody said anything about volume, so.
It was meaning play, yes.
Let's see here. Let me see if there's any other of our top 4 to watch, but we can quickly bring that up.
Actually, we do have a deck that I play during the intercourse of the rounds.
Which deck?
We call it the Momomotus. It's full of coins, toss. You have the EV, the new EV, You have the Jolteon. You've got Kangaskhan.
That's running in the
You've got
tournament?
Zapdos. Sorry?
What? That's a.
No. I was talking about Zapdos and a deck around here.
Oh. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I was like, wait. I was like so confused for a second. My bad on that.
No, it's okay. I played with the chat when we have to wait for rounds to start and all.
That sounds
And I
like
really enjoy
fun.
it. I will send the list. Yes, I will send it.
So we're gonna be doing the first set of matches first. One second. I think we might actually be able to. I think watching Solomon's point of view. Let me quickly double check that. We are watching Solomon's point of view, so we could watch that again. And then it's gonna be that Charizard on the other side. So it's gonna be the Zebstrika Pikachu versus Charizard in our first top 4 match. So
Okay.
that's gonna be a fun one. Let me just make sure we have everything correct. But I'm interested to see how Kytheon does. Obviously, they are running an Arcanine in their list. They are running Mew-EX, but I don't think Mew-EX really does much into a Pikachu
I think
matchup.
Kytheon is really not happy about facing Pikachu plus Zebstrika.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that as well. So we'll have to see how they end up doing. Luckily, we would not have to change rooms right now. And then we will be able to get into our top 4 game here.
Okay, let's go semifinals.
I'm so excited to see how
like
it does.
Yeah. Who is your runner-up? Who is your choice?
Charizard every time.
No.
Charizard every time.
Charizard every time.
For
That's
sure.
a really choice here.
Last
Even
week.
if he's facing now Pikachu.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that, honestly. I'm kind of sad about, but we'll have to see. I'm sure it'll do well, maybe, or it'll lose like it did last time in top 4. Last week, I said I thought it was gonna win the whole tournament, and obviously it was incorrect. But I could hope.
Okay, so let's just change this.
So
once you will be right, I understand.
We're rewriting history this week. We're gonna win with Charizard.
There is, I guess, already one Charizard that won your tournament.
Yeah, it was all the way during Genetic Apex, though, so a while back.
Yeah. We do the coverage on Instagram of your tournaments, and we publish the list of the top 3.
Nice.
In French, of course.
That's awesome that y'all do that every week. Yeah, sometimes I try to post what's up with this? Yeah, I try to post like some of the lists, but it's really cool. I love seeing like when they get reposted in different languages. I know some of the Japanese players like repost it as well, so that's really awesome that y'all do that.
Yeah, actually, it's Lulu who chose the pictures for the coverage that we make.
Nice.
And we make a special point to put some evolutions of Eevee and all for your posts, particularly.
I love evolution, so I'm really happy that y'all do that. Thank you.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, I have Eevee, Espeon, Flareon.
Espeon.
I have a gigantic Eevee. 1 second while they get set up. I'll show you all my gigantic Eevee. Very large one. Oh, let me bring it up so you can see it. My bad on that. Let me just bring up this so you can watch it. Here's my gigantic Eevee. Very big. He's like the size of my body.
I don't see it now.
I'm streaming into the channel if you want to look at it.
Okay.
There we go.
But are you really small or is it very big? Actually.
Both.
Okay.
Both. I feel a little attacked, but I'm really tall for my height, okay? I'm tall for my height.
Okay.
But I am very small. Yeah, I'm very small. That is also true. Both statements are real.
That's a big one, though.
It's a gigantic one, yeah. I'm like I guess I'm like 150 centimeters.
Okay.
So, it's not the biggest Eevee, but still big.
The Eevee is that size?
No, I'm 150 centimeters. And then the Eevee's like, Eevee probably goes to like the top of his ear probably goes to my hip. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So both. I do have the game up on stream now for them to see. We are getting started here. I'm gonna close the stream view so that it doesn't cause any frames or anything. But we are gonna be watching that Pikachu
And we have the
POV.
Moltres.
Well, Moltres is exactly what they
on the-
want, and Kytheon is going second, so they'll be able uh, to use Inferno Dance this turn coming up. Sadly, however,
Investigation.
let's see, double Morgan.
Double Morgan.
I think I got close. Did I get close to her at the time?
I think I have some other
Morgan?
Pokemon name to tell you in French. Do you know how to say Jigglypuff in French?
Maybe not.
It is a funny one, I guess. Everyone that I read that does not speak French, when I read them, they tell me, "Oh, rondoudou."
Wait, is that how you say Jigglypuff? I don't know how to even say what you just said.
Yeah, rondoudou.
Ron Voodoo?
Rondoudou. Rond.
I'll work on it.
Okay,
I'll
that
work on
means
it.
if we translate it, that means round sweet sweet.
Oh, interesting. That's cute. I'm being told I'm wrong about it being 150. Maybe I'm 162 centimeters, but I feel like that's a big number. I'm like a little bit below average. Anyway, Pikachu is going to be looking for a lot of different Mons this game still. They need to fill up their bench, but it does have type advantage against the Moltres, meaning if we can start swinging with a full bench into Moltres, that could be upwards of 110 damage here. That could be upwards of 110 damage here.
That would be surprising, though, that there is not 3 electric type on the bench next turn.
Yeah,
with all the cards that we are drawn already.
Very true as well. Very true. We could see it this early, and obviously, I mean, we already have done a research.
Okay. Sabrina play here.
So Growl has played up.
Force your opponent to waste some energy or at least XP.
Yeah, that'll be nice to make the Growl okay, X speed gets burned.
Okay, X speed.
So Moltres gonna come back to the active spot. And then we're just gonna do another Inferno Dance, I assume. Let's see what we get this time.
Okay, if there is 3 heads, you say incredible in French now.
1.
Oh. Oh no, I was so hoping.
So close. We have Potion in hand now. Question's gonna be, I mean, I guess we don't even need all 3 Pokemon on the bench. We only really need 2 because it's gonna be a 2-shot either way. But it's.
But I guess you're going to play the 3.
Looks like we do play 3.
If you do have Sabrina, okay.
Oh, but we can knock out the Growlithe, which is gonna be really nice for so long.
I recorded it from the Professor Research. He drove the 2.
Very true, very true. The double Morgan. That's gonna be 0.1 here. Ouch.
In that point, that's more a Dexter Morgan because it kills.
Okay.
The Moltres now cannot put any energy.
Do we have any? Who we pulled? So it's, I think, like, assuming he's running 2 Charmanders, which I'm assuming. He's got 2 Moltres, 2 Charmanders, a Growlithe, and a Mew. Lost 2? I guess it's a 50% chance. Yeah, so we hit that Charmander. Oh, and the second Moltres. Okay.
Actually, at this point, anything is a thing. You just need to put something on the bench.
True.
But it chose to take the damage here.
Yeah, it looks like we're just taking the... Or doing the damage. Interesting.
He wants to make the Pikachu flinch here and go back. So there is something else develop here. Problem for the Moltres player here is if the Pikachu stays on the board and just decides to hit, there is a Zebstrika plan. Oh, and there now it's just drawn. So I think you're gonna take 110.
Yeah, I think I'll see that
And you're
110
on
down.
reach. Let's hope for your contestant that he has a potion.
He's gonna need one, otherwise Zebstrika is gonna be able to KO him the follow-up turn. I'm gonna double check if Kython is running potion. He is running one potion, which is good, but
Oh, he's been showing him directly.
oh, he's got his Zebstrika, and she
Maybe he
shows it.
shouldn't have played. Maybe there is a red card in. I don't think so.
I don't think there's a
If you
red
play the
card.
Arcanine, yeah, I don't think Arcanine takes the
No red
slots.
card.
Yep.
So we give
Potion or
140.
Riot?
We've already taken 1 point, so this Moltres getting KO'd is not good. It would end the game and give Solom match 1. One is the world where we retreat to the other one and potion this Moltres.
Even though you play the potion, you're gonna take 30 damage next turn for sure. Yeah. And then you don't have 2 or 3 potions, so that can stay so long, and you don't have any answer to just clean the Zebstrika or kill it or force it to retire.
Yeah,
So let's just go to game 2.
for sure. We're going to game 2. But yeah, you're right. There's nothing that we can do to next turn to stop the Zebstrika. There's nothing we can do to, if we don't have the potion, it's a big ouchie, and we don't have any attackers even we did. So, I don't know. We definitely did not need to get double Sabrina if we wanted to win last game. And so...
The double Sabrina carried a lot, yes.
Exactly, yeah. I'm letting them get set up so that that they get their first Pokemon down on the board before we bring up our next game. But it does look like Pikachu's finally going second. So, Pikachu's happy about that. Charmander, not so much.
Okay, he decides to play Pikachu first. He had another option. And there is Charmander. This is the worst thing possible, actually.
Okay,
Charmander
open up.
cannot hit because you waste the energies. You want to have this Moltres front side, and it will cost energy to retire or XP at least. This is a very, very terrible start here.
Yeah, terrible start for that Charizard deck. I definitely agree with that. I wish they would not have made Charmander discard its energy, but maybe it's just too strong. Maybe it's just too strong.
Let's
But
hope for your Charizard player that he has drawn now the Moltres. Okay, and now he
Moltres, do we
needs
have
also
X-Speed?
an X speed.
Mew EX.
That's not an X speed.
That is not an X-Speed, that is very true. Or a Leaf, okay.
This is a double X speed that will fit.
Yeah, and so energy attached to Moltres, but how many energies do we get?
And we already have the Charmeleon. Okay. If he has the perfect hand, that's already game. If Charizard comes out in the 2 next cards, or if he's already in hand, I think we are going for game 3 real quick.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh la la.
Oh, ooh. As long as we
That's a
can...
ooh la la, this one. Yes, this one is really, really...
as long as we can find all the pieces of Charizard, Charizard basically wins for sure. So,
yeah.
I mean, I guess there's like some world where the Zapdos could do something, but I don't think there's gonna be enough turns for that. So it doesn't seem possible here.
Okay, so now you just put the crazy amount of damage to this Moltres. You don't want to see it again. Maybe Caitlyn is going to tank with Mew. Maybe he's just going to YOLO and put the energies. If he decides to Fire Dance, I guess it's for you, to give the energies with the Moltres, actually, the attack. I don't remember the name. That probably means Charizard is in the end.
Yeah, I agree. one. Yeah, I definitely agree
Okay.
that I think that just means it's there. But
Actually, I forgot that we did 3 heads last turn, so it's incroyable.
is that how you say excellent?
Incredible.
Ah,
Incredible is incroyable.
incroyable.
Incroyable. This one is hard.
This one feels hard to
I have
say.
to admit, this one is hard, yes.
I couldn't even say Jigglypuff correctly.
Jigglypuff, you did well. Jinx, super duper well. Incroyable, you have some work to do again.
I have some work to do. I have the, let me scroll up. I wrote the way to pronounce the other one earlier.
And actually, there is your favorite Pokemon. You told me.
Oh yeah, I
Earlier
learned how
on.
to say my favorite Pokemon, which is a fun one.
Yeah.
One second, let me scroll up. I got this. Rubonbella.
Rebombelle.
Rubonbella. And we have the Charizard.
That sounded more Spanish, actually, but
Sorry.
it's okay.
Incroyable. With the Charizard out. I love Charizard, so I'm gonna say incroyable.
Charizard, Dracofeu.
What?
Dracofeu.
I can't say that one. I don't know how to say that.
Well,
And he's one
I'm
of my
going to
favorite
do,
ones. Now I'm so sad.
one by one. It's Dra,
Dra.
Co,
Ko.
Feu.
Huh?
Feu.
Feu.
Fire is feu.
Feu.
Feu, 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 feu.
Feu.
Oui. Oui. Dracofeu. Let's go for it.
Drakafu?
Okay, it's fun. It's okay.
Better than incroyable? Yeah, better than incroyable probably.
I have to admit, I'm seeing the scene from Friends right now with Joey trying to speak French. Okay, I understand better.
Fun fact of the day, never watched Friends in my life. But
There is one episode where the funny character tries to speak French, and it's really, really funny one.
you guys have never understood it, but now you understand it. I did mean to mark some of these points here, but and that's gonna be game. We're gonna go to game 3.
Yeah.
But
That was pretty sure, actually. That's why I started to play the speak French game. When I saw every energy and the Charizard, I was pretty sure of the issue.
yeah, I'm sure we're going to game 3 as well. But yeah, it sounds like I have a lot of work to do on my French. My mom would be very upset with me. My mom is like in love with the French language. But
Okay.
there was no French at my high school, so I couldn't take it.
You would have taken if there was.
Yeah, I would have taken it.
Okay.
It would have been fun. I don't know. I would have taken French if it was my high school, but it was not. From a very small rural area, so there's only Spanish.
But I don't understand the one point. As a French native speaker, when you do have to take languages to learn, it's the most logical for us to take first English and then Spanish, so you can speak mostly over the world with everyone. Why did you take German?
Oh, I didn't take German. I didn't. I took Spanish. I took
Okay, you
German
took
in college because
Okay,
at the end of high school, I went to Germany with my grandma, and she couldn't remember her language, or she couldn't remember it very well at the beginning, and I could see how sad she was. So I decided to learn it to speak to her, but she won't speak to me in it. And she just
That's
goes,
lovely,
so good. So how are you doing? How are you doing in English? I'm like, Grandma, come on. I took this for you. But, so we are back. We do have that Moltres in the active spot again. I think that's a Charmander on the bench. Oh, no, it's a Moltres.
That's
Ouch.
incroyable. Yes, it's not that incroyable at all.
How do you say no in...
No.
No, where Pirate had it
No.
written out for me. Oh, no, let me scroll up.
And yes, you know to say yes, I guess. In French.
Si?
Probably not. No. Oui.
Oui.
Si is after negation.
Ah.
or Spanish.
Yeah, it's Spanish. I was like hoping that you just. I remember it had an E noise in it, and I was like, maybe they just have this because maybe they just had the same one.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're gonna
Mm,
retreat back to the other Moltres now. Honestly, I think it's a pretty safe play,
yeah,
but not
you
nice to
don't
have to
have
do
the
it.
choice. And the Pikachu doesn't have yet enough damage to deal, so that's why probably the Pikachu player went to the Zebstrika first. Or maybe it's a bluff.
Uh,
Maybe both.
let's
Actually, the Zebstrika hit went on Growlithe or Moltres.
I think
No,
someone
it
just
went on
said,
the
I would
Moltres.
not have known that you spoke German, but I'm a little bit afraid that's not what they said, and I just outed myself as a bad German speaker. Uh, uh, but yes, we're just going back and forth with this. Well, I guess it was Sabrina to force it out. That's gonna be 2 points, but.
And 2 points with the Zebstrika. That's a huge Oh, okay,
Yeah,
you want
totally
to do
agreed.
the didn't plan?
Sure, we're not gonna do
Why
in
did
plan here.
why did he
Maybe he
XP?
misclicked.
No, that's a huge one. It's a misdrag and click.
He's drag and click. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes.
Uh,
Not very often, but it happens.
mm,
Let's see
Probably
here.
Bill, he was thinking it's 30 on the Moltres. Actually, I think you just have to go over the X speed. It's okay, you threw it.
Yeah, it
Just kill with the
happens.
Blitzka.
I think we
You
just have to
need to
kill with
kill,
it.
and you need to kill with a 1 point Pokemon.
Yeah, because this
So,
way it's not a 2-pointer out there with that
yeah.
Arcanine.
Why X speed? Actually, we don't know. I see in the chat it triggers some people. I think it's the stress.
I think with a misplay, yeah. It happens, or a misclick.
You are in semifinals, you're playing for money.
Exactly.
Probably the fingers are shivering.
Agreed, agreed. And Arcanine is going to come down here. It's going to swing, but it does get damaged by 20. So it'll go to
Yep.
30.
And
If the Dene
and
comes
mostly
out.
it does not kill Pikachu mostly.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's
taking
me.
it down.
1, and the other one had
I've
2
witnessed
points.
I've witnessed 9 turns Didini straight someday.
I hope we will not surpass that today.
We would like to go get some sleep someday.
Honestly.
It can take long.
Today is a slow one, for sure. Looks like we have
But
Zapdos down.
mm,
So if we swing it to Dene, puts him at 120. If we hit with the
Giovanni,
Arcanine, that would then be
Arcanine
at
cannot
100.
eat anymore then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because then you go to 100, and with Giovanni, it would get KO'd by Pikachu.
If you get Giovanni, you get the win. If you don't get the Giovanni, you just hit with the Pikachu and it would be a draw.
Well, we could still KO the Pikachu, right? Oh, right? No? We have a potion as well, so maybe we find a potion?
It depends on it exactly too.
Yeah.
There are many options, but this game may result as a draw right now.
I don't know how that works in the semifinals.
The other semifinalist that wins is the winner of the tournament.
But they've already both won a game, is the problem.
Yeah.
So then I think
In those cases, if we are in Swiss rounds, it results in our tournament by a tie.
Yeah,
But that's the only ties that we allow here. We are really warned about rounds 6, 7, 8, now 9, and we go to check the matches, and no timeouts is allowed. No timeout, no intentional draw is allowed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you can't
Like
even tie.
now,
You can't even tie in semifinals.
no, in semifinals it would just mean go for another round. But I think that's what the Pikachu player has to go for now.
Let's see.
Really depends on the person. You can also try to get an extra dead end turn if you paralyze.
We could do that.
Okay, let's
If we have
include
X speed,
Coldplay
we could like
Power.
retreat back and knock out with the Moltres, maybe?
If it's paralyzed now,
I mean, without the paralyze, obviously, but
you will have enough damage if just Arcanine hits one time, even without actually.
but he's paralyzed. Ouch.
I think you'd rather that it was not paralyzed. Actually, you're right. But now you play around potions. If there is too many turns, two more turns. Sorry, about the DNA, the potion is useless now, and it still gives you some time to load the Zapdos plan. If he wants, he paralyzes another turn. The Arcanine is now at 100 HP, and Zapdos needs only 2 coins.
Right?
I see people in the chat. He's cheating right now.
You did anything
One more head.
insane. It feels like cheating when the Dedenne just hits head after heads after heads. But,
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing with Paralyze for sure.
Ah. Please ban him as abusing a glitch. As you see, it's not. Even if there is a little ritual before tossing. Yeah. It shows that it does not win all the time. Always hides? No.
Yeah.
No. It's okay now.
Okay, that retreat back to Moltres. Moltres can take point 2. It protects Moltres from, or protects Arcanine from taking additional damage.
Yes.
And then, so
that's probably because he didn't have any potion and any Giovanni. But I guess there is no Giovanni in the KT list. Let me check before I said something stupid. I can erase.
Arcanine has a Giovanni, and then Solum.
He's running one.
It's running one as well, yes.
Okay. I didn't say anything stupid.
Never.
Second Pikachu drawn here. I think it's going to be a coin moment.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're gonna just coin flip this,
and you know, it's a coin flip that worth a little bit of money.
Yeah, worst it's only we're already in top 4 at least.
Yeah. Gamba time.
Then
1,
2. Oh my god. All 4 again? Whew. Solom is running hot with those coin flips. Solom is running hot with the coin flips.
This one is solid. I don't know about you, but my Zapdos are not doing the same.
Yeah, mine never do that. I wish I had a Zapdos that cool.
So do I.
Let me see if we can get this going here for our next set. We're going to be watching our other half of the semifinals. It's going to be Jim Boone playing a Mewtwo Gardevoir with the Mew EX versus Bob, who is running a Celebi, one of both Exeggutors, and one new Exeggutor and one Exeggutor EX, and a 2-2-2 line of the Superior. And then, so let's see if we can find us our next match. are not yet, so we have to wait for that. Do you have a personal opinion on whether we watch Celebi or Mewtwo?
Actually, I'll cheer for Celebi on this one.
Let's do
It
Celebi
remains
then.
something newer than the Mewtwo, so
Definitely agreed. It looks like they're in channel 7. Let's hop up there.
and I didn't see any Celebi win a big tournament, I guess. Going to the top and aiming for the top is okay. But winning a big, I don't think so. So maybe it's the day today. Sorry, I'm saying something stupid actually again. There was a Celebi that won our first edition of Frog X Cup.
Very cool. Celebi winning one is always pretty awesome. I mean, during the first week of Mystical Island, everyone was like, I think this is where they're at real quick. Let me double check. Wait. Make sure we're in the correct channel. Oh yeah, we're in channel 7. Okay. As long as the other person is streaming, it looks like they are, then I'm going to be bringing that up. So what do you think about this? I know you said you played Celebi a good bit. What do you think about its matchup into Mewtwo EX?
Actually, on the very early, the Celebi has to go the most straightforward possible as long as you don't have Mewtwo loaded. Even a Mew is not really that threatening, as you know that you will probably toss more coins than him. Depends also on the Exeggutor. If he pops turn 2, the Mewtwo will have probably some problem. Is there a Giovanni in the Mewtwo?
Let me check
Actually,
real
Exeggutor.
quick. There is one Giovanni,
Exeggutor.
yes.
Okay, because the Exeggutor, as long as you keep it at 160 HP, you feel pretty confident, I guess, as a Celebi player. But now that you told me that there is a Giovanni, you're a bit less confident, but still, that's a supporter, and there is only one copy of it, so the plan is clear. Probably really go fast, and when you see that there is a Mewtwo threat, you just load the Celebi on the bench until you throw the most coins as possible.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I mean, what do you think about the new Exeggutor in the matchup as well? Because I assume with 3, is it 3 energies? I think it can KO a Mewtwo EX?
Yes,
And
it
it's
is.
80 plus, yeah. So it's very similar to Jinx to some extent in this matchup, I would think.
Actually, this tool can be used on the other side. The Mew can use it and one-shot an Exeggutor.
That is true as well.
So it's gonna be a little tricky about that. I think we might have a point on which could be the determinant moment for the matchup. Probably there will be a game around this new Exeggutor and our debate about him.
I find him really interesting, the new one. I find him really interesting, the newest Exeggutor.
It's a bit expensive though.
Yeah, he has 4 energies, but it's only 2 with Superior. But
Yep.
he can hit for so much, which feels nice in some matchups. No.
Last week there's been a tournament where you couldn't play any other cards that the promos that you can buy in the shop, plus Mythical Island only.
Interesting.
And unsurprisingly, the best deck was Exeggutor, Serperior.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so I have it up on stream now. Our Celebi looks like they have a pretty nicely set up board, starting Celebi, starting that Execute, having a Snivy down. They even got to research turn one. Jimboon does find a Mewtwo, but Ralts is just sitting there in the active spot right now.
Ralts is on the active spot, but Ralts can probably tank one turn if you know the odds and the odds are respected here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there is this Exeggutor. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it while I was talking.
And we have X speed too.
That's a
So
full meal.
50-50,
He's
we
got
could.
everything.
We
Full
just
meal
need the head.
reserve here. Yeah.
And it's heads.
Oh, yes,
Bob's
it
gonna
is.
take the first point of the match. Ouch. Jimboon is gonna need to
Shout out to
find a second
shout out
point.
to Fedalvic, by the way. I'm truly believing that the Blastoise current is the worst ever.
I swear
I,
though, Blastoise hits heads all the time. I think it has the best luck.
okay, we are not playing the same game at all.
I think it
Probably.
has the best luck. Like watching games of the last 2 weeks, like not last 2 weeks, the last 2 days, like for the tournament. Blastoise coin, Misty 6 heads every time.
Okay, I played the Blastoise coin in Celebi. I didn't do better than average on every throw.
Average is good though, to some extent, as long as you don't get less than average.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I had to
no.
play and put 10 energies on Celebi to play correctly and get a Mewtwo. Ooh.
Oh no, that's a sad one. Uh,
Yes.
I wonder if there's any world where we Erica's here, but we don't really need to, I guess. But then there's never gonna be a play for the Erica's either. I feel
No,
like.
for now you just straightforward. You keep loading the Celebi. Keep doing. Okay, I will
I'm
maybe change my opinion about the coin.
saying, I think actually I don't know that, but for my headcanon, I'm gonna say that our Zebstrika player was also playing the Blastoise coin. He may not have
Yeah.
been, but to make my point, I'm gonna say he was. Uh,
Actually, Blastoise has a little story between us, you
mm-hmm,
and me, I mean, because you were streaming me for the first time when I
mm-hmm.
was the French crazy guy playing Blastoise and having 7-2.
I love Blastoise.
That
I love
was me.
Blastoise.
I love it, but damn, it sucks.
I wish it was more consistent for sure. I wish it
Yeah,
was way more consistent. It's pretty sad, but yeah. In X and Y, I picked Snorlax, not Snorlax, Blastoise, and
yeah.
I think he carried. I think he carried.
Okay, for the first time we have a Tails. I was
Finally,
pretty sure that the Exeggutor was going to kill here.
would have been interesting. I wish he had, but just for the effect.
Mm,
Sorry, Jim Boone.
no, you're probably going to lose it, but the question is, are we losing it costing 2 energies that are going to be destroyed? Or do we have Giovanni? We've seen a research here, so now we know the answer. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna cost 4, I guess. And you are going to discard 2. So you have to draw the Gardevoir. Probably the
Yeah,
research here did the work.
needs it right now.
But do we have a turn? An extra turn, I mean?
I mean,
Mm,
Gardevoir appears, so that's good at
yeah,
least. But we could
I
just
think
Celebi this
you're,
next turn, right? And then
yes, this is the most threatening thing. I think you just want to load the Mew now, and you're gonna. Oh, okay. Is he going to tank with the Gardevoir?
here.
If he has a leaf in the hand, that makes sense.
I don't fully understand why we went back to the Mew
That's
and attached
exactly
the
my
energy to
point.
Gardevoir. Like I would have thought you would attach the energy to the Mew if you were gonna do that.
Okay, there is a superior here. I think we are two away from your opponent. The opponent is far behind now. Plus the heal.
I took
I
tails
think it's gonna be a
again.
1-0. I think it's anecdotic now. Really, when you see the Celebi amount of energy growing with Superior,
That is true,
you
yeah.
just doesn't matter now. For the 80, you just you just shoot bullets and you make holes in the HP bar.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, all these energies on the Celebi are just stacking the odds against Jim Boone here. A second Mewtwo comes down, but Bob's already taken a point, and that means all we need to do is knock out a single EXmon.
Yeah, he's going to try to cook another Mewtwo, but I think the grid will be already done.
Yeah, I think so
When you're
too.
going to take it out, you'll probably the game is already over before.
X speed.
There is also another thing that we can say. There is already 1 point on the Celebi players side. So at every moment when he decides it's enough, he can decide to be impatient, take the Exeggutor back, and throw the amount of coins with the Celebi that he thinks is tolerable and will take him to the win.
Yeah, I mean,
You already toss 8 now.
geez. I mean, we're pretty above odds now. So,
Yeah.
Erica's gonna come down. I mean, I don't think he does too much when he's gonna be swinging for 130, 150, but we're gonna go in and
Yeah,
use
it's just
it.
giving him more odds to win now. He's gonna have probably 8 toss. If there
Mm-hmm.
is an X speed or a leaf, there is no leaf. So if there is an X speed drawn here, he will have 10 toss, and now it has to do only 2 out of 10. And already 2 out of 8 is quite enough, I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, no need to X speed.
need the X speed now. It's gonna be 2 points for Jim Boone, but if Celebi KOs this Mewtwo, that's gonna be game 1 for Celebi.
2 little heads, and that's okay. 10 toss. And that's the one I think we are going to game 2.
Wait. Oh, okay.
As you see, the average Blastoise. These are my cones now.
Oh,
Now you feel me. Uh-huh.
still
How
nerve
does it
wracking.
feel?
Always nerve wracking.
Yeah, I changed the coins. I went back on the Venusaur.
Uh, let's see. So, are we waiting for the next one now? They're gonna let them get set up for their second game. That was only game 1 of their series. So we just need to make sure that just let them get into their second match here. Uh, they are marking their win, and they're gonna be queuing into game 2. Uh, I'm. I would love to see Celebi do well. I think Celebi's always been pretty, pretty high usage in the meta for not doing, not placing too highly. But I would love for it to get its win. I would love for it to get its win this week. So we'll have to see if it
Okay, it
does.
starts.
Okay, and so they are getting into this next match now. Okay.
Is it going to be a straight 2-0? Are they going to fight a little until... Is the Mewtwo going to reverse? Actually, if the Celebi takes the win now and goes in finals, he will face Pikachu. So the matchup is way better for him against Pikachu than against Mewtwo. The harder needs to be done now. But one little win, and honestly, you feel really great about the finals.
We only need one more win. We're very close then. Let's see if we can do it. It does look like we're going to hit
Wow.
Celebi, which is exactly
He
what we wanted.
already has,
Pokeball.
yeah. He's got everything, literally, now.
Yep, literally everything he needs is in his hand now. And
And we
execute.
can say more. We cannot say more, but we are saying it though. He's got everything.
Let's
Almost.
see. Almost everything. Okay, so second Snivy's down now.
Starting with Mew in this scenario, I guess it's fine. Having the first energy is a real advantage here for the Mewtwo
Agreed.
player.
Agreed. Luckily, if we can hit that superior on curve, it's a little bit nicer for the Celebi than it is for getting that Gardevoir on curve when you're going first. But both of them are going to be wanting to get those support mons down as quickly as possible. And
I
then
wonder, actually, is he not going to play the energy on the Mew though?
wonder.
That shouldn't be that wouldn't be surpriseful, I guess. However, it gives a clear indication about what's going to happen next following his hand. Playing on the Mew means I probably will have my Gardevoir soon.
Mm-hmm.
Playing on Mew, okay. Playing on Mewtwo means I probably don't have kill yet. This play here means that it shows the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not rushing after the kill yet.
Yeah, that is very true. 'Cause otherwise, they could be swinging for 150 very shortly and not have to worry about this like non-deterministic damage that Mew's going to have to copy with the Celebi or the Exeggutor. We do have Servine
Actually,
arrives.
the Mewtwo player has to take 1 point as quick as possible here,
Very true.
because once you've got 1 point, the biggest threat is Celebi, but it is a little bit glass cannon. Okay, I guess. Okay, it's checking something. It's a little bit glass cannon, I feel.
Yeah, I would agree with
And
that.
the Exeggutor is not that mean in terms of damage. So once you
Oh,
take
X speed.
a point, you're nice.
Yeah, once you take a point in either like in this either like either side of the matchup, it's really really nice. We kind of saw that with Bob last game where he was able to get early Ralts, and then all he had to take out was
I
one
think
EX. We did see an
he's
XP
got
to
literally everything here.
yep. So X speed back to execute, put the
I'm not sure. I think you just go to Celebi.
you
You
think?
already have 4 toss. Oh, I'm pretty sure
I guess
about
that
that.
is true, yeah. Especially I kind of thought he
Yeah.
attached the second energy to Mew
You
EX.
you rather probably kill the Mew now. If he kills the Mew now, it's already game.
Very
Even if he
true.
does not, actually, it's really, really in front side. And he kills, actually.
Yep, that is gonna be a
I
knockout.
think it's a game.
Ouch.
He has everything. Yes, he really has.
Bob said to you, who needs 1 point early when I can take 2?
And now you're gonna the Mewtwo side is Matrix moment, going through the bullets, and there is already like 6 next turn, so average is okay to kill.
Yeah.
And I'm not even speaking about if he draws a Sabrina.
Which is a whole different story for sure. And then he only needs 2 out of 6. Oh. This is the hand and the game that all Celebes ask for. So. I'm actually tilted for the Mewtwo player. Oh no.
I just read the same.
uh, it is a sad position to be in for Jim Boone right now, but he had a really good run. We do see a Curlia come down, so he's starting to get some of those evolutions out. If Celebi misses, I do think that Celebi gets knocked out the follow-up turn with how many turns we've had to find a Gardevoir and only finding a Curlia now. Okay, I mean, Eric does
And he
his
actually
thing.
cancels right now the match. Straightforward time. Yeah, no reason. The
Oh, we're clicking
Exeggutor
away.
here and the Erika actually are style point here. I'm telling you.
Unless we don't knock out, then I don't know it does. 2? Oh, 3, 4. Okay. I was scared.
I
And
was telling
that's...
you about this Erika.
I'm telling you about the Blastoise coin. Telling you, it's
Yeah.
OP.
Probably I'll change my mind.
Thank you, thank you. That is gonna decide our finals match though. It's officially gonna be Pikachu Zebstrika versus a Celebi list.
Celebi.
Our first Celebi in the Ursiiday Pokemon Pocket Weekly finals, which is
Probably it's today the one. I bring you the green.
I'm excited to see it.
Actually, I was hoping that I could order a green one, but in terms of time, I had not. I wanted to represent the team, the Frog X, with the green suit.
That would have been
or
perfect.
Frog type, but the Frog type,
So
I'm not
sad.
that sure. Next time maybe.
Yeah, next time you'll have to bring the green suit, and Celebi will just have to win that time.
But next time you will have to come in our tournament, I hope.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Okay.
I'm always down to co-cast, but
French wrote it down. I'm for sure. I'm really
oh,
sure
that's a problem. I'm gonna have to speak French.
Just wrote it down.
I'm just gonna.
Clipped. It's already clipped.
I'm gonna have to learn like very specific words, like whatever knockout means, and then I'll learn like revenge, energy, energy, Charizard. Wait. No, I don't remember Charizard.
Dracofe.
Yeah, Dakafu energy. Dakafu energy. I don't know how to say six. Six energy. I'll mime it because I won't be able to. I'm not as good as you. I will not be able to speak the other language.
Actually, I would be glad to have an English cast for our tournament Sunday, so it's fine.
That would be fine. That would be fine. I'll try to learn it though. I'll try to learn it. If at the least my intro will be in French. I'll like do like a bonjour, talez-vous?
Okay. Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Ursiiday?
You forgot the how.
Oh no, I forgot the how. Sorry. Oh no.
Basically, it was like in English if you said, "Hello, you doing?"
I would understand. I would understand.
You forgot? Yes, it's okay. Can we just do 5-minute breaks so I make some coffee?
I accidentally just told them we can start.
Oh.
My bad on that.
Oh, okay. So I just do quick. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Real quick.
You can start. I'll join.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Never mind.
We're gonna get the game up, guys. I hear there's a vote going on, so we have a second for that vote. And I'm gonna get the board ready as well. Let me know when the vote is on, I guess, but also you're 30 seconds behind me, so it's not the biggest deal. Okay, I'm gonna let them get set up, guys. It is, I think both of them are using the Blastoise coin, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, it looks like, actually, I'm very wrong on that. It looks like it might be the Venusaur on the other side. But I heard you're gonna give it to me, Evan. I heard you're gonna buy TikTok and give it to me. My mod's got the clip of it, so I will be waiting for the papers. Okay, guys, it looks like we are gonna be starting now. I'm gonna go in and pop that up. Super excited to get to watch this finals. And we have that Celebi in the active spot, Pikachu in the active spot on the side of Jimboon, and we're gonna have to see what Pikachu gets, but Celebi does have that energy advantage since we're going second. Very nice that Celebi. He's just gonna have to find the different pieces that he needs. He's gonna be looking at those Exeggutors, looking at those Snivies, those Servines, those Superiors, and we'll have to go from there. It looks like Jimboon doesn't have a Pokemon just yet to put down on the bench. but he could be hiding it in his hand. Another player is playing red card, and Pikachu can't swing for another 2 turns.
Exactly. I think we are having actually a good start, even though there is nothing on the bench on the Celebi side.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the Pikachu will on this side develop some things to deal the most amount of damage possible. Here, he just played the how do you say in
I
this
have no
one?
clue how I say it. I was told that I was saying it wrong to you, by the way. So.
No, the little Zebstrika actually.
Oh, Blitzel,
Is
Blitzel. Then my
already
bad.
played. Little. Okay. Is the only one that you play for now because
Mm-hmm.
you probably need to evolve it next turn. But I kind of bet that there will be 2 more Pokemons
Mm-hmm.
next turn.
Sad on the 0 heads there. But we have a couple
Yeah.
more turns that before we need to have it on board online. Knock it out.
Okay, let's see him throw it out.
So we
One,
have Zapdos and Dine,
another
but
one.
no second Pikachu. Interestingly enough, maybe he doesn't want
Probably
it for
not
this
yet.
matchup.
Yeah, you just want to deal the many as possible damage that you can. Probably your opponent does not have Erika. If he does, uh, it's still 1 Erika left to in the deck.
Yeah.
You know that you want to waste the 2 Erikas, and you know that there is 100 HP more on your Pokemon, your opponent's Pokemon.
It looks like we're gonna retreat back to this Exeggutor as like a tank.
Yep.
But I don't think that's what we want. We definitely want to find our Snivy. We want to get the Celebi. We'll at least be able to power up Celebi a bit, but I don't know.
Snivy is the key. The other Exeggutor for this time should have been better.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
In
160
this
health.
scenario, he would have hit. Now he cannot. However, the potion was a very good thing here. Even if we see that there is a Zebstrika already, and now you take the other opportunity to get the Exeggutor X as you kill the Execute with Sabrina.
Yeah, that's
And
painful to lose your first point.
now
Snivy finally
Sorcerer just
appears.
needs, yeah, that is a bit late, I guess. You just need to kill the Pikachu now. If you don't kill, it's game 1 for the Pikachu.
For sure.
Okay,
And
so game 2. Then
ouch.
the coin said no.
Coins literally said no this game, for sure.
And the Snivy is also. Snivy?
Snivy, yeah. I'm gonna let them get this next one up, but yeah, we definitely want to get our Snivy a little bit earlier this game. Sadly, Bob actually had the Servine and Superior in hand the entire time. So very sad to hit Snivy just at that last moment. But now we have a second try, and if Bob can take this game, we'll be going into game 3. Ouch. Dude, everyone hates Pikachu until Celebi hits 0 heads. And then they're like, yeah, Celebi trash. Guys.
Yeah, I
pick
know
a
a
side.
lot of them. Actually, I know a lot of them. And actually, when you play Celebi too long, it finally happens that you say that at a moment, one way or another, you hate the Celebi deck. But that's part of the game, actually.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
1 month ago, everyone hated Misty.
I remember when the argument used to be, why can't Misty just be 2 coins? And it just flips 2 coins every time. Like, bro, that's literally more broken. That's literally more broken if you gave her 2 coins to flip. This time, though, we are going to go on and find that Snivy. Much better start. We do still need to find those evolutions. But at least Bob has found all of his basics.
And he's got now 2 with the 2 balls here. Also, what are you throwing now? Yeah, the Zebstrika. He won't hide his Pokemon this time.
Mm-hmm.
Just play it now. Mm, maybe he
Okay.
won't give wrong information about the damage that he could deal.
That'd be interesting. Like he's just hiding the last Pokemon.
Yeah,
I could see something like that. I wonder if we're gonna see a retreat here. I don't know who he would retreat to in this case. Now we're just gonna go in and pass. It looks like.
Exeggutor is too fragile, and you don't want to lose your.
Turbine at all for
No,
sure.
you just have to tank here.
Dene
Okay,
again.
then
We're gonna go to 40 health, sadly.
I think it's Exeggutor time.
Yeah,
For
same.
sure now, for sure. And if he can. Oh, he's got his Superior.
If he could get the other
No,
Exeggutor, he could KO. But I don't know.
he does
But we
not have
can't. We can't have
the energy.
energies. Yeah, he
No,
doesn't
no.
attack with one energy. So we do have to use the big one. But we could still get a couple
I
heads here.
think what he was seeking now with the research is next speed. So he could have kept the energy
100%.
on the Celebi.
That would have been so good. But if I remember correctly, we are 2 Sabrinas on Solem's side, but we could still retreat potentially for Bob.
That's a
Okay.
real question now. What do you give if your opponent plays Sabrina? I think you try to tank with Superior.
I think so too.
But the Zebstrika is real threatening.
We could. Wait, at least we do have healing in this deck, so we could heal out of range of Zebstrika.
Yeah. Actually, it's a good call not to play the potion yet on Celebi. So the opponent can make the mistake to play the Zebstrika a bit too earlier.
I can see that for sure. Yeah. I think. I wonder if Pikachu's like debating if they want to, like, use a Sabrina here. Maybe they're looking at a different play. Or maybe I guess it's who attached. No, I think he's attached energy to Zapdos because the only one that needs additional energy is here.
Sabrina
Okay.
would be huge, I think, also. Even if you lose your Pika. Mm,
We potion the Pikachu.
the Celebi has no energies. So if you find a way how to take out the doubler,
Mm-hmm.
you just do. I think he didn't have it.
Huh.
Not really interesting for the draw now.
Kind of wonder if Erica's the correct play there. Put it back out of range of the Pikachu.
Yes, I think you just play on the new Celebi now.
Same, like we attach the new Celebi, build it
Yeah.
up. But
And you don't heal on the Celebi, so your opponent can make the mistake again to put the Zebstrika on the front side.
sure. I mean, I guess there's one problem where if the Pikachu stays in the active spot, uh, then he gets KO'd. He more than likely gets KO'd next turn.
The real problem now is the Zapdos that is getting grown as energies.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's gonna be 2 points for Solom.
And now you have to do an average toss actually.
Yeah, it's just average here.
And if your opponent is not a little bit more than average, you're just done.
Looks like we already used
Healing
Erica's.
now.
And then we just have to hit average. 1, 2. Okay.
Okay.
We got it. 2 points now for Bob.
Now you just have to hope that the opponent doesn't have the exact same toss, because if he has, it's the end. You're second.
That is very true. Yeah. If Zapdos can hit three or more heads here, it's gonna be game, and that's gonna be a 2-0 for Solum.
I truly hope that we have the third game to cast. Oh,
Okay, we put up Superior.
okay, so that's one energy less next turn on the Celebi. If there is no leaf, I guess there is no, so have to put the energy.
Double check the, but yeah, I think that's gonna be one less energy for next turn. Yeah, I think we've already used X speed if I remember correctly. So, oh,
One more,
then he's
please.
3. Oh,
One,
1, 2.
two.
He
Oh!
survives by 10. But that means
Okay.
Zebstrika can come next turn unless we have a Erica's.
The Serpillon is actually having the tongue out. I cannot handle it anymore.
Oh no. We can retreat
Zebstrika is
back.
getting the job done. You have to play the Erika on
We
it.
have to play the Erica's, yeah. Erica's.
Actually, he can decide not to play it, but maybe it can go one more turn. Oh, he played it on the Celebi. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, not punished.
Oh.
He should have been punished for that. I think you agree.
Yeah, no, that's so sad.
The Erika was really greedy now.
For
Maybe the
sure.
pressure. Both are in finals. Can understand if there is some misplays or
Completely. Yeah, it is.
deliverables.
It's so easy to say something about it, when
Yeah,
when we're just watching, but it happens all the time where we accidentally misplay, or your finger comes up too early. Anything. Actually sad.
it is. And actually, you're right about one thing. We it's easy to say, but did you do top 32 at Ursiiday?
I haven't top 32 in my tournament, but I've won some
And neither
tournaments.
do I.
Hmm?
Neither do I. Don't worry. So we are casters. We are actually giving our opinions, but we are sucky at the game.
Yeah, exactly. I've never made top 32 for Ursiiday, so they're doing something that I haven't, uh, even if like, you know,
Yeah.
they, even if anything,
What was the
sorry.
misplay? I just lost it. The misplay was not to heal the Superior with Erika because there was a Zebstrika on
Yeah,
the bench. So he could have been killed, and the third point here was grabbed. And it was the end for this final.
100%. Uh, it accidentally misclicked in the fact that they dropped it on the Celebi instead of Superior, putting it in, keeping the Superior in range of getting KO'd by Zebstrika. But it's so easy for us to talk, or anyone people in chat to talk, but it takes so much work, so much time. They're basically 12 hours into a tournament at this point to get to the point that they're at in the finals. They had to go 8-1-1 on day 1 minimum. Oh, no, 8-2. There's some 8-2s that made it, and then they were not allowed to lose a set today. So completely awesome by them. We are going to be starting here very shortly. We're just letting them get set up.
Okay, so game 3 starts. It's a tournament point here.
Okay, and that's going to start. Yep. But
That's a game that worth a bit of money. Let's check. There is a Celebi start. There is a Snivy start. And on the other hand, we just have the Blitzo. There is a few cards drawn here, however. Won't show anything, I guess it's 20 damage just. Is there a Servine here for the Celebi player?
Yep.
Playing Servine here would be such good news.
Be really nice soon to
Very
get a
seriously.
Servine for sure.
We've seen it. Yeah.
And then
And the first energy is there is Serperior next turn. Actually, Celebi is really on the front side.
agreed, yeah,
Still no
there.
Pikachu, still no big HP bag.
Pikachu finally does
Okay.
come down, but I definitely think they just drew it because I don't think you would have started I don't think you would have started the Blitzel, personally. But maybe I'm wrong on that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I think he drawn it at this turn. The other electric types that we are seeing now, we are already in the end. There is no real interest to show it now.
For sure.
You couldn't have been KO anyway. KO, sorry, anyway. So maybe
Here.
now you just if he starts to set up the Zapdos, yes, that's Zapdos. That probably means that he knows that the Blitzel might die soon. Plus, he does not have that much electric type Pokemon in the end.
Agreed.
So that's why he's not going for the 90 damage Pikachu.
Exactly, yeah. So maybe we're going to see
Would
that.
this be first Celebi win? Sorry, I was reading your chat. Yes, it is for an Ursiiday.
Yeah, it would be one of the first. Yeah, it would be awesome to have Celebi win here. Will that happen? We have 4 seconds. I don't know if you're going to have time to click the attack, though, at this point. We do. Okay, just on
Yes,
1 second.
we did.
Okay.
Okay, so he
We have a
put up the
potion.
DNA, so yeah,
Superior
definitely
here.
potion here. Out of the range for the Pikachu, and there is a Superior. Okay, so now we toss 4 coins. 2 is enough to kill the Blitzel, and remove the Blitzel is already a good thorn out of the foot.
We knock him out. Then he's got to come up here, surely.
Point.
But yeah, that's going to be 1 point for our player. Pikachu come... Really? I feel like I would bet on the Dedenne.
Probably does have the third. Okay, he has the third.
But even the third, he doesn't KO.
Pikachu. Yeah, that's a bet here that he takes.
Yeah, he's just taking a bet that the other guy won't hit more than average.
Exactly.
But
Celebi's win? Yes, I think Celebi wins here.
I think Celebi wins here. Oof. Will he...
Potion top deck was huge.
Yeah,
Potion top deck was huge.
Agreed.
Yeah. He didn't have Erika.
Really nice. We do have
Now
Erika
he
now,
protects Erika.
but...
Oh. C'est trop ça, monsieur. Police.
So Erika comes down. That'll put us up to 70. Puts us...
Actually, it does not change the thing.
Yeah.
That's just to orient the coins in a good way.
The only thing they
Nothing
could
else.
do is if, like, for some reason they retreated back to something, but it wouldn't do anything with the Pikachu.
To the Servine. He could retreat to the Servine, actually. So he deals 50 damage for 1 energy.
We can
That's
swing
not
with that.
bad.
We kind of don't
Maybe
want
you want to have a little bit more than 3 energies.
Yeah, I think having...
I would definitely YOLO. Okay.
Yep, we're YOLOing. I like the YOLO play. We're in 1.
Okay.
2, 3. Oh my god, and that's how it's gonna end the finals. All in.
Excellent.
Let's go.
The all-in was a good play, yes.
Celebi is finally the winner of an Ursiiday's Pokemon Pocket Weekly. I mean, it's not the last week of Mystical Island, but Celebi didn't get a single top 32 in week 1, and it just won T- last week. T-1 of last week of the MI. So kind of insane, kind of full circle moment for Celebi. Really, really,
Yeah.
really awesome to
Frogex
see.
also is one.
I absolutely love seeing things like that. Uh, that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of Ursiiday's Pokemon Pocket Weekly number 12. If you guys are interested in playing in next week's, if you want to try to run back this list and be the next Celebi winner, check out I only sent it to YouTube. Exclamation mark tournament. If you haven't played either, you can check out. I guess I should wait to send these. My mod should probably send those commands since there's a delay. But my gosh, as you said, Alo, YOLO takes the win, and that's gonna seal Celebi as our winner for this week's Ursiday's Pokemon Pocket Weekly. I do want to give a huge shout out to Alo for playing in today's Pokemon, for co-casting today's tournament. I am so appreciative, Alo, that you are willing to come on today. I know you have a bit of a time difference, so I think it's like nighttime for you, so I'm really sorry about that. But
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
have dinner. It's okay.
Perfect. And thank you so much for coming on. For those who hopped in a little bit late, Alo is a really awesome Pokemon Pocket streamer. He also runs the FrogX community and runs the FrogX Thursday week. Is their weekly Thursday tournament, I believe. It's a little bit. It's like I think like 1 p.m. EST. If anybody wants to check them out, exclamation mark COCASTER. If you want to see those links. But Alo is an awesome in our community, and I'm so excited that he got to co-cast us today. Is there anyone you want to shout out? Is there anything else you want to say about yourself, Alo?
Yes. I will be quick for the shout outs, but I don't want to forget anyone. Shout out to my team, FrogX team, the FrogX community, the FrogX chat, everyone who appreciates what we do in France now. We appreciate also your support. You're awesome all. Thank you to Salad, who is our judge in your tournament as in mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge judge, and I'm here thanks to him because he give you a way to contact me. So huge thanks to him, and thank you, Ursiiday, for inviting me again. It's been an honor. I tried my best to speak English. Sometimes the tongue was hitting the teeth, but it's okay.
Well, you did a fantastic job speaking English when I state that. There's no reason ever to say anything bad about your English. So you did fantastic, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I absolutely loved having you on, so thank you so much. With that, I do also want to give a huge shout out to our winner this week, Bob, who kicked some butt with Celebi.
Yeah.
He YOLO'd it all the way into the finals and won. I say YOLO, and I feel kind of bad saying YOLO, but like he did a great job. He got all the way to the finals, did a fantastic time, a fantastic masterclass of how to play Celebi. Absolutely insane to watch. So really happy to see that. I also do want to give a huge shout out to all of our top 32 who played in today's Pokemon Pocket Weekly. So cool that they were willing to stream and play their games for us. So thank you. Huge shout out to all of them for doing that. We could not make this content without them or stream their games without their help in streaming their games to our Discord or on different platforms. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of our players in general, even who played yesterday. We had over 1,600 players who played yesterday, and the fact that these players are willing to show up every single weekend means the world to me, but I think really means something for our community as well. They show up for FrogX's tournament, they show up for a lot of different tournaments, they show up for ours, and I think all together we're all building this fantastic competitive scene that I'm hoping that we can continue on for as long as for a long time, and I'm absolutely in love with the community that we're all building here. So huge shout out to other community members as community leaders as well, like Alo. But I just want to make sure everyone knows that you guys are the reason that this community is what it is. We couldn't have a competitive scene without the competitors. And similarly with that, I do want to give a shout out to our viewers, because without our viewers, we couldn't really stream these, and we couldn't have a really awesome sponsor like XP Collect, who is willing to put up that 400 USD prize pool every single week. They are absolutely awesome. They really went out on a limb being one of the first sponsors and putting up that money every single week, even though Pokemon Pocket, when they started, was a super new game, and as here is even more. It's still a new game. It's only 3-4 months old. So thank you so much, XP Collect. They're a really cool card shop up in New Jersey. You can order all of your pre-orders through them. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lorcana, any of the sort. I think really any card game you can order through them. But again, huge shout out to our viewers, huge shout out to our players, huge shout out to community members who help this, competitive scene really work the way it does and bring in new players every single week. And also, huge shout out to our judges, because obviously we could not do this without our judges. They really take a lot of that front work that has to go in on the back end to make these tournaments run so smoothly. So with that, thank you guys so much for playing with us today. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and we're going to end here.